I want to dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes. Time to fly out, catch you at the club. If you want to roll with me, then here's your chance. Do 180 on the freeway. Catch me if you can. Forgive me, I'm a rider. Still, I'm just a simple man. All I want is money plus the fame. I'm a simple man. It's the international player with a passport. And just like the last week, give me anything you ask for. It's either him or me. Champagne, Hennessy. I want to be lost on our enemies with the sound creep to a slow speed. Hey, what's good, man? Yo, what's happening? What's happening? I just had a terrible cough session and fucked my whole shit up after that. Showing my age, because I be rapping Tupac. The song just came on, man. How you saying I'm showing my age when that song viral right now, and you TikTokers is doing dances to it and shit. What's up, Virtue? Come on, public, man. We don't have no value even in Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, I'm just asking the questions, man. What else there? Debating if you think men have value. Yeah. No days off. Yep, no days off. No value at all. Damn. Cold game like cocaine on that one. You know what I find funny? I find this is what I find funny, right? Before we even get into this shit. Thanks, Dante. It was fun. Yep. So the thing that I find funny about, I already know they're gonna be mad. What up, Mia? They get more and more outrageous. How is this outrageous? This is what I'm saying. Hold on, I'm gonna bring you up because I don't think this is outrageous at all. No value if you're not cooking today. I'm cooking. I gotta cook after this, but I only gotta make like 2 things, so it ain't gonna take long. Baked chicken and some other shit real quick. Look, this watch this right here. This is about to be funny. What up? What is it? Brown Daddy, what's good with it? Hey, so you said what?
Oh no, sorry, I was talking to my wife.
Oh, you're good. All right, so look, you said that my lives get more and more outrageous. I don't think this is outrageous at all, and the reason why I find it to be funny because I know how a lot of men are going to react to my prompts, but the reason why men get mad at or think that what I'm saying is crazy is because they don't actually think about the things that they say, right? So I got this from other men who say this. I don't think this about men necessarily, right? Well, I'll get back to that later. But I got this idea from men, and I'm going to tell you where I got this from. Have you ever heard men say, and I don't know if I'm going to quote it correct, like 100% verbatim, so bear with me. Women are born valuable, but men have to go out and earn their value.
Yeah, I've heard lots of people say lots of things.
Have you heard people say that specifically?
Yeah, along with lots of other things.
Yeah, but that specifically, I'm not asking about anything else at this point in time. So
yeah, I've heard people say that.
Yeah. So, and I've only heard men say that. I've never heard a woman say that. I've only heard men say that, right? And the reason they say that is a couple reasons, but the main reason they say that is what they're trying to do is they're trying to act like they have it so much harder than women, right? When they don't. So, but in doing that, they say something that basically what they're saying is men don't have value. If you have to go out and earn your value, you're not valuable, because that means your value can be taken away at any time, right? Like if your value is external and not internal, right? Then that means that it can be taken away at the drop of a hat, at the blink of an eye. If the system crashes and money, and money is no longer valuable or whatever the case may be, then now you know what I'm saying? Like now you don't have any value, right? Because your value was wrapped up in your earning potential or whatever the case may be. So like I said, I got this from men. I would think that if I put that up here as my prompt, if I said that women are born with their value, but men have to earn theirs, you would not come in here and say your lives get more and more outrageous. You'd have been like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I agree with that.
I'm trying to wait for you to say what you're saying, but it kind of sounds like you just brought me on here to give me a lecture.
Well, I was just calling out the fact that you claim that my lives get more and more outrageous. So, and I just explained it.
So you're not saying that men don't have value?
Huh?
Okay, do men have value?
Do men have value to me? Do I think men generally have value? No, I don't.
Okay, so outrageous.
Why is that outrageous? Men say the same thing. How is it outrageous if most other men believe the same thing?
So I can't say nothing.
Huh?
I'm gonna go back to what I originally commented, that your lives getting more and more outrageous. You think men don't have value?
Sir, do you?
Do you have value?
This is where y'all get fucked up at. This doesn't say, hold on. Brown, stop. Because you don't know English. This doesn't say no man has value. Is that what you are? Is that?
Do you think men have value? You said no.
No. So what is that? What do you think that Brown? You see, so you don't, Brown, you don't know English. It's okay. That's not what this is saying. This doesn't say no men have value.
This just said men don't have value.
And what does that mean? Why do we have to have the same argument? Hold on.
I said, do you think men have value? You said no. So do you have value?
If you would listen and stop arguing, I can explain this to you in 2 seconds.
I'm listening.
Okay. So you are getting it wrong because you think this implies all men don't have value or no men have value.
No, I'm not talking about what that says. I'm talking about what you said.
I didn't. I know. Why are you still talking while I'm trying to explain it to you?
You think men have value? You said no.
Which is the same thing as this. What do you think I'm saying? What do you think? Don't mute, please don't mute. What do you think I'm saying, sir? I'm really confused. What do you think I'm saying? I'm saying the same thing. You asked me this question. You said, do men have value? And I said, I don't think they do. That doesn't mean that I don't think any man has value. That just means that I don't think men as a collective have much value, if any. I think we are net negative. So I'm not understanding what are you missing about that? Does this mean that no men have value? Nope. Does this mean that I don't have value? Nope. Does this mean you don't have value personally? Nope. But does this mean that men in general don't have value? Yep. So you don't know English. That's what I've been trying to tell you. We have to have the same discussions every day. First thing I got to do is teach y'all English, and then we can have the discussion. That's the wildest shit ever. Y'all 30, 40-year-old men that don't know English. And you mad and you triggered because you don't know English, and I'm trying to explain it to you. Like, what the fuck is, like, what are we talking about? Do you think most men have value?
Value is subjective.
Exactly.
Value
To you.
I think everybody has value.
Okay. So you think men have value? Bet.
I think literally everyone has value.
To who?
Somebody loved Hitler.
So Hitler was valuable.
No, not to me. I said everybody has value to somebody.
That doesn't make you
valuable.
That doesn't make you valuable because you're valuable to somebody.
I don't see what's wrong. Why is that such a controversial statement?
Because first you didn't understand what I was saying. Huh?
Answer that question.
What?
Value to who? Do men have value to who? What men? Who are you talking
To
about?
society this is a
Do men
general.
have value to society?
I swear to God, I don't understand why y'all ask me questions.
Infrastructure in our society.
Hold on.
Men have value to
Brown
society.
Daddy, I don't understand how you ask me a question. Then when I start to answer the question, you start talking. Do you want to know the answer or
Men
not?
have value to society.
No.
So literally building all of our infrastructure adds no value to society.
You guys got the same dumb talking points. Building our infrastructure to okay.
Has no value to society. Did you hear yourself?
It doesn't.
Okay, there you go.
You don't. I don't think you don't know anything about infrastructure. That's the thing.
I don't know anything about infrastructure.
You don't. What is our infrastructure? What makes our infrastructure valuable? What's good about it? Is our I'll give you an example. I'll give you. Hold on.
You got it. Our infrastructure is not valuable. Our roads.
Hold on. Stop the woe is me bullshit. I'm asking you, our infrastructure, the way it is built, since you guys like having an infrastructural conversation and you don't understand what infrastructure is or how it functions, I'm asking you, is our infrastructure efficient? Does it benefit the majority of society? Is it efficient and does it benefit the majority of society?
I'd say so.
You think so? Okay. How? You think our infrastructure is efficient, first and foremost?
Yeah.
You guys do? Okay. What city do you live in? Hold on, wait. I'm curious. I got it. I'm curious. What city do you live in? Hold on. What city do you live in, Brown? What city do you live in?
I live in a city that has roads, electricity, and water.
That's not what I asked you. Do you live in a
me too.
do you live in a metropolis?
Guess what? That added lots of value to my life, to society.
I don't think you got you don't know what your life would be like if you didn't live in a city like that. But I want to be clear. Like, I live in one of the biggest cities in the world, right? I live in LA. And yeah, so LA is terrible when it comes to traveling. You can't live and work in the same city the majority of the time. It takes 45 minutes to get, look, there, I live in Long Beach and I drove to I drove to Venice Beach like 2 weeks ago, right? The drive is, why are you talking while I'm talking? The drive is like, I think it's like, it should be like 20 minutes or 18 minutes or something like that with no traffic. It's 18 minutes, right? I looked at it at night. It was 18 minutes. I woke up the next day. I did it. It was 45 fucking minutes. And that's what it is normally. That's not what I'm saying. Now you're acting like you're acting like that. Those are the only options. You're acting like the only options are either traveling on foot or taking 45 minutes to get 18 to do an 18-mile trek, which is stupid. So you don't understand infrastructure.
May I ask a question?
Not use our infrastructure. You're right. I agree.
May I ask a question? Brown Daddy's a wild name. I don't know if I'm gonna call you that. Do you think you need a car? Do you think you need a car in America for most places?
100%.
Do you think that's effective?
Yeah, I think it's pretty effective.
Why? Wait. I'm talking about car being a necessity, because then wouldn't you say to use our infrastructure that there is essentially something you have to purchase in order for it to be accessible to you?
Yeah, I have to purchase it. That's true.
Right. So that to me, and the thing that you have to purchase has a lot of maintenance and has a lot of additional expenses that come with it. So that's why I would say that our infrastructure is not effective.
There's
a tool that you need to
does not have value.
Sorry, Kinsey. Also,
it's inconvenient. It's not perfect, but it definitely has value.
No, I'm saying it's ineffective, and we can actually see a lot of negative outcomes in society because of the necessity of car for travel.
Yeah, like cars are a net negative on society. Hold on, bro.
More men working in construction.
You don't know shit about construction, though. You don't understand the basic concept of infrastructure. You don't even get it. Like, that's the craziest thing. You don't know English. You don't know infrastructure. Just like a typical man, you are arguing from a place of ignorance with people who know more than you about shit. and you won't fucking listen. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. You don't know what it is. You don't know. You don't understand our infrastructure. You don't get it. I'm not, sir, listen to what I'm telling you. They set up the infrastructure. Okay. And when I say they, because I like to be specific so people know I'm not talking about some boogeyman. When I say they, the capitalists who actually control and set up this shitty infrastructure did so intentionally so that they can maximize their profit and control over the majority of the population, right? So where they don't, why are you talking while I'm talking? You got to stop. So while men at the top, right, built the infrastructure and told men working class men to go physically labor and go build it, they are the ones who actually came up with the plan and was like, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to build cities in such a way that people will be dependent on something like a vehicle. So people will not be able to drive to work and live and take their kids to school and do all the things they need to do in a reasonable amount of time without a vehicle, right? That's what they did. And then they said, okay, cool. So Ford steps in and says, all right, I'm going to make cars for everybody. With no regard to the planet, with no regard for nature or anything like that, we're out here manufacturing cars, and people buy cars every year, every 3 years. You need new tires, you need new this part, people want to fucking soup them up and put headlights on them, all these other stupid ass things. Insurance, and that's just that. Now you want to add to that the amount of people who are unalived while driving. You can't name a more dangerous thing in America for the average American than getting behind the wheel of a fucking 2-ton vehicle and driving on the freeway. So what are you talking about? Our infrastructure is terrible. You don't know shit about it. And when you say men built it, I agree, which will prove my point that men are valuable because they set up a shitty infrastructure. Weird men like you allow rich men to set up a shitty infrastructure to exploit all the working class people. And here you are defending it. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, I wouldn't be my man if I didn't have electricity.
Like, come on, don't be ridiculous.
We actually don't have very high water quality when we look at developed countries.
I don't even drink my own tap water.
Water you can cook with.
Wait. So when we talk about one second, BD. I think you and I just have different standards. When we talk about assessing how a system works, you're saying it's better than nothing. We're talking about how can it function most appropriately for all peoples. And I don't know why you don't have that standard either.
You live in a first world country. Like, you're not living.
You don't even know what that term means. You don't even know what that term means.
One second. I acknowledge that we live in a developed country, but what you're kind of saying to me is at least you got a man rather than being single.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, we really want quality.
Yep. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about quality. He like black people can vote. This country's great. You used to be slaves. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? It's fucked up. Go ahead, Don.
The world ain't perfect. Unrealistic. That's what he's trying to say. That's all he's trying to say.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ryan didn't get a chance to go either.
Right? You have electricity that you're using right now. So how is the infrastructure so terrible? How is it so?
Do you have to pay for electricity
right now? So, I'm sorry, I was speaking.
I know you're speaking, and I'm asking you a question.
And I'm still speaking, so please don't be rude. We're having a civil
conversation. I'm not being rude. I know. I'm asking you a question.
I was speaking. Please just let me finish. Thank you. So you have electricity that you're using. It turns on whenever you flick a switch. Whenever you plug in a charger, it works. It's very efficient. Right there when you need it.
Wow, what a scholar.
Same thing with your stove. Same thing with stop using it then. Same thing with a lot of stuff.
Don't use electricity.
Oh, y'all sound like white people. That's what white people say. They say you don't like America, go back to your country. Wait, hold on. Trey sound like a racist white person.
Bro, you literally
Can I
wouldn't
finish?
answer my question because you wanted to
Can I
explain
finish?
how
Because I was
electricity
talking.
works?
You interrupted me to try to answer a
Right,
question,
but
try to
you're not
answer the
saying
question.
anything
No,
of
let me
value.
finish.
When you stick something in an outlet and
That's
charges,
how
no
civil
shit, Sherlock.
conversations go.
Look, yeah. Mute me though.
So let me finish.
You
Right,
don't
thank
get
you.
paid per word.
Hold on. I just want to say something real quick. You know what's funny about Brown Daddy? No, Dom, you're not saying nothing. Brown Daddy said something very funny to me. He said, we live in a first world country. We live in a developed country, right? Cool. I hear you. But didn't the men, if we're talking, because this says men, this don't say American men, this don't say, it just says men in general, right? So this means men worldwide. And since men worldwide pretty much built all the infrastructures all around the world, then wouldn't we also have to take into account all the countries that don't have power, that don't have water, that don't have roads? If that's your standard, if you're saying that men are valuable because we built let me ask y'all this, are there more developed worlds in the country, or are there more developed countries in the world, or non-developed countries in the world? Why are all of y'all talking at the same time?
Wait. Let me finish. So when it comes to men having value, even in the most undeveloped world, right? Let's say they still have to go out and hunt food every day. They have to still go out and gather water. They have to build huts every day and do all that kind of stuff, right? They still have value. What's the definition of value? That you have importance and that you help with whatever human community that you have there. So whatever work that the woman or the female doesn't have to do, the man is there to do. So that is value. That helps the woman to live. And whatever work the man can't do, the woman does. So if you want to ask the question, do men have value? They most definitely do. And
you didn't answer my question, Dom. Okay, and this is why you get muted, because you don't answer the questions. Trey, can you answer the question? No, you didn't. Can you answer the question that I just asked you? Trey?
You just don't like what I said.
No, I just don't like your answer because it wasn't a valid answer.
I know you don't like it because it doesn't go with your pants.
No, that's not what it is. Y'all so stupid. It's ridiculous. Go ahead, Trey.
Man, what's your question, bro?
The question is, if America is so great and it's a first world country, as Mr. Brown Daddy says, we live in a developed country, and you said, well, just go cut the water off and then wouldn't we also have to take into account all the other countries where there isn't any running water and there isn't any electricity? No. So we only count the civilizations.
No, because this is something that I noticed that you do. You try to focus.
Oh, here we go. Oh man, so you can't answer. Hold on, so you can't answer the question either.
You're running from your train.
Oh, I don't run from nobody. Hold on. Don't project. Don't project. No.
Bro, look, we already know the plan. You're trying to get money off of women by telling them what they want. That's cool. That's what you're on here for. Every panel, everything is men are this, men are that, women are great.
Yeah, but Trey, can you answer the question and prove me wrong instead of having an argument? Look, here's what I'm saying. If you want, if that's what I'm doing, and it's so easy to disprove me, then just argue against what I'm saying and disprove what I'm saying.
You know men have value.
Just stop saying, prove it. Prove it. You can just say whatever. You're not understanding what's happening right now. I made a point, and I'm telling you why men don't actually have any value as a group. Not you. You could be valuable. Listen, I'm answering your question while you're talking to me. If you listen to what I'm saying, men don't have value as a whole. You guys are. I'm sorry. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 black men up here, right? I'm being honest. I don't think this is a black male problem. I don't. But illiteracy is an issue in America.
What does illiteracy mean? It means you can't.
No, that's not the only part of being illiterate. It doesn't only mean you can't read. It also means you can't understand English, which you don't.
Is this a racial argument, man?
It's not racial. It's just annoying me that 4 black men are up here looking this uneducated. And I'm not understanding. No, it's like no matter what somebody says, y'all refuse to listen to what the fucking point is. So what I've been telling you is this does not mean, look, do you see there's not a word here that says all? If there wasn't a space here, if this space was filled with the word all, then what you guys are saying would or could be true. But since it says men, It means general. This means a general statement. This means most men, right? So it leaves the door open for Trey or Dom or Ryan or Brown Daddy to be decent men. I don't think any of you are, but I'm just saying that it leaves a door open for that, right? Fine. This doesn't. So when you ask me, do I think men in general have value? The answer is no, because men are fucking. Listen, men are a detriment to society. You keep going to the infrastructure. What is Okay, all right. I got a question. I got one more question for you, Brown Daddy. So America builds. I'm sorry. So men, Dom, please shut up. I promise you.
I agree with you. What you just said.
If why are you guys okay? I gotta ask you a serious. I know it's Thanksgiving. Before I keep going, Dom, are you okay? Are you on medication? Have you taken it?
Yes, most definitely.
Yes, take it.
I said I agree with you. So
Okay, but why are you interrupting me to tell me that?
I said I agree with you. Saying
I don't
have
care.
That's a thought.
I know, but I don't care.
One that's supposed to be declarative.
I genuinely don't care.
I know. You talk about English.
Oh my God. Okay, so Brown Daddy, what I'm asking you is if America built the infrastructure, right? I'm sorry, if men built the infrastructure all around the world, right? My question to you is this: who destroys the infrastructures all around the world?
Use? What's your time? Like, what is your question?
Oh, now you don't know the answer. Now you don't know the answer.
Be more specific. Everybody who
You didn't understand that. Who destroys?
Electric cables. Time destroys water pipes. Like,
who is Tom?
What is the point of your question?
Now you doing the I don't see color. Now you doing when it comes to infrastructure, he know everything. Men built everything. Then I ask you who destroys the infrastructure. Then he says Tom. Hold on. The question is simple. What group of people are responsible for destroying the infrastructures all around the world? The ones you caping for and saying they're so great and men built them. Who is also the people that are destroying them all around the world?
Do you want to hear your answer?
I want to hear the right answer. And you know the right answer. That's why you dancing around it. Say the fucking answer. Say the answer. Say the answer. Say the answer. You didn't say the answer. You said Tom, dummy. Say the answer. Say the real answer. Stop fucking playing. Say the real answer.
Are you ready?
Say the real answer.
Literally everybody who owns a car contributes to breaking down the roads. Tree roots break water pipes. Trees break down electrical lines. Like, what are you talking about?
I feel like
okay. Let me be more specific. For
Wait,
hold
can
on.
we ask you a question? Can we ask you a question?
After I finish with him, let me be more specific. Who is going around and blowing up these infrastructures, literally dropping bombs on them? Who's doing it? Who's responsible for it?
Men fight wars.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you just ask that question?
I did. Only you and the other men that don't know English. Then hold on. I got a question.
Who destroys the infrastructure?
Hold on. Wait. I got a question. Kenzie, when I asked that question, what did you think I was asking? Serious question.
You ask a woman to agree with him. Come on now.
No, I just want to ask a person that's actually intelligent.
I know she's gonna agree with you.
I'm not trying to be funny, but this is what he meant by literacy because I fully understand what he was asking me.
It wasn't hard what I was asking.
It's a comprehension issue. It's literally
Yeah, it's men. Isn't it men? Isn't that the answer?
Yeah, the answer would be men, right? Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
Right. Don't you think that Brown Daddy, like, wouldn't you say that war has destroyed a lot of infrastructure?
Yeah, for sure. War has destroyed a lot of infrastructure.
Okay. So if men are responsible for the destruction of the infrastructure, then wouldn't that make us a net negative?
You're talking about.
Oh my God! Just answer the fucking question for once. Answer the question for once. God damn. Y'all are the worst. You guys are the worst.
So wait, so you finished with him now? So you done with him now?
Yes, go ahead.
All right, cool. So I got a couple questions. Do you think that you see how y'all on here on TikTok, y'all protesting is the 4B? Maybe not you. I ain't see you do no 4B, none of that. But you see how women protest that stay away from men, don't sleep with men, men are this, men are that. If that's the case, protest against the infrastructure too. Don't use this shit. Cut off the lights. Don't use the cars. Don't use the road. No. That's how you fight it.
Well,
that's how
can I respond? Can I respond?
No, because I'm not finished. No, I'm not finished.
Okay, let me know when you're done.
And then on top of that, let me ask you this. You a man, right?
Wait, now you're doing another topic too?
I'm asking you, are you?
He still ain't. He said he had to ask me a question, and he still ain't. He asked the question and answered it. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm a man.
I'm asking you, a man? Are you valuable?
Me personally, I think I'm valuable to my family. Yeah.
Of course you are. Of course. Okay. So every other man ain't.
But you ain't me, Trey. You are terrible. That's what I'm saying. Like, not every man is valuable. I don't think you are valuable. I highly doubt, by the way you're talking, I ain't even met you. I highly doubt you are valuable. Highly. In any way, how are you valuable? You sound violent. You sound uneducated. You sound, yes. Uneducated people are typically violent. You are very uneducated. You sound, the language you're using is violent. You were cursing already. You're being disruptive. Yeah, you are. No, sir. I didn't say you threatened me. You out of breath though. You should calm down. But what I'm saying is that
my mouth is right by the microphone.
pause. But what? Look. So you gonna let me talk now? You good? Are you triggered?
Go ahead.
Okay. So are you okay? Are you okay?
Dude, go ahead, bro.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. So what I'm saying is I doubt you are valuable to anybody.
When people critical built everything because slaves couldn't.
So how are you valuable to your family?
In many ways.
Explain.
I physically show up for my family. I emotionally show up for my family. I show up for my community. I have intrinsic value to my family. I do. Money aside. Now I ain't gonna even get into how much money and all of that stuff. Me personally, with or without the money, with or without anything else, I add value to my family and my community. I'll always have, to be honest with you.
Okay, so let's do this.
The pain.
Wait, hold on.
We have families. We are intrinsically valuable to our families.
Facts.
We show up in our communities. Like,
Facts.
what do you say?
Do you?
Facts,
You're
yes.
the only one with a family?
Yes.
I don't think any of you do.
You're the only man on here with a family. Is that what you're saying?
No. I don't think you add much value to your family.
I'm
just going, hey, man. Hey, y'all can shoot the messenger if you want to. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just being honest with y'all.
Wait, so I'm gonna do it like you just did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right.
When men like you talk the way that you do, I can tell a lot about how you guys interact with your family. Unless you gonna tell me you're a different person in real life.
I ain't gonna lie. You do sound like them. You making personal attacks. Right, the only one.
Watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna wait. I can't wait for this.
Wait, you said racist, right? You sound like them racist white cops talking about, oh, he's aggressive. He's aggressive. I haven't said anything aggressive to you. Now, I will say this though. You want to talk about value? Okay, I do show up emotionally for my family. You know, but also in the community, I go out there and coach. I play college ball. I coach for free. I coach black kids for free. I go to the hood and coach. So before you say all of that, you make sure you know who you're talking to.
Oh, I don't give a fuck about a football coach.
I bet you don't.
I play football my whole life. I know all about sports.
But listen, I'm not talking about sports.
I know all about sports. I don't give a fuck about a fucking Pop Warner coach. Couldn't care less.
No, it's not Pop Warner. It's at a school.
Either one. Couldn't care less.
It's a high risk school I coach at. But off of that, though,
cool.
Let me say this. When I go there, I'm not just telling them kids about football. I'm telling them about life and the environment that they in, the environment that we grew up in. So
and you lying to them like you doing to us up here? And that's why I say you're not valuable. Because y'all go in y'all communities and y'all spread lies. So that makes you not valuable to the community. You're a detriment. When you go to your community and you start lying to the little boys, you are not a value to your community anymore. You can show up and coach all you want to. Then you gonna lie to them, then you're not valuable.
Hey, check this out. I'm not finna argue with him. I want y'all to notice something. Everything that we say, he's gonna make it to a negative. He don't even know me, so now I'm lying to him.
I mean, you've been lying up here, so I don't know if I gotta know you. I don't know why you always do it like you don't know me, and I'm like, you're right. That's why here. This was the wildest thing about this type of shit is y'all say I don't know you, and you're right, I don't know you. But the problem is that it negates, it makes what you're saying even wilder to me, because I'm like, why would men who don't know each other get in front of large groups of people, right, and just start lying? Because that's wild work to me. You can, sir, if you would get in front of a bunch of strangers and just start lying on behalf of men, at that point, I don't know what to tell you. What do you want me to tell you?
I bet you can't tell me what I lied about. Tell me what I lied
You've been lying this whole time. Everything you trying to say about how men act. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell you. You want to hear it? You want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. So when your initial reaction when we were talking was to try to gaslight Kenzie, was it not? You said, "Oh well, if you don't like it, go get stop using the power and all of that stupid shit." Gaslighting is when you try to make people seem like they're y'all gonna listen or y'all gonna what y'all want to do.
That's not gaslighting, bro. Stop.
I'm gonna tell you a gaslight. You don't know what it is. Y'all don't know definitions of words. Why am I arguing with motherfuckers that don't know definitions of words and don't know context? You think you know? Jesus Christ. You were trying to gaslight her when you came up here and you were like, "Oh, you don't want to do it? Oh, fine. You might as well just stop using electricity altogether." That is gaslighting. That is textbook gaslighting. That is what people. You were trying to make her seem like she was crazy for saying that electricity and the infrastructure in this country specifically is fucked up. And your response to that was, "Well, why don't you just stop using it?" Which I'll give you the context for it. I'll give you the context for it, right? The context for that, or the example of that would be, they paid to drop you. Sarah Price said, "Get your weird ass out of here." We did it, Joe. But real quick, the example for that would be this: if you were having a discussion with your girl or your wife, and she was like, I just think that you going out at 3 o'clock and spending, being out to 3 o'clock in the morning with your friends is excessive. I don't think that you need to be doing that. And you go, "Oh, well, fine. I'll just stay in the house every day of the week then. 24 hours a day. I won't go anywhere."
That's not gaslighting.
That is.
Would you like the direct definition according to Joseph Goebbels of gaslighting?
Give it to me.
Yeah, please give it to him. You don't know.
It's when you keep repeating a falsehood over and over until people believe that it's true.
That would be, sir. What do you think that is? So what do you call? Okay. So what do you call that? Hold on, Michael. Hold on. What do you think the goal of saying that to a person would be? What do you think the goal when you say
it's not lying?
Of course it's lying, because you're not going to stay in for 24 hours.
Not lying.
It is lying. Nobody's going to stay in the house for 24 hours a day.
It's a solution.
It's not a solution. You weren't ever going to do it, which makes it a lie. Y'all are fucking dumb. Oh, hold on. Wait. Time out. Listen to what I'm saying. If you are telling a person in the instance that I gave, in the situation I gave, right? If you say, "Well, fine, I'll just not go outside I'll stay in the house for 24 hours a day," you are lying, because you're not going to stay in the house for 24 hours a day. That's what I'm saying. It literally was a lie. What the fuck are you talking about? No breaks, please. I promise y'all, this is crazy. Hold on, wait. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. Y'all can't gaslight me. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. You can't gaslight me, which that's all y'all trying to do right now. Y'all trying to act like what I'm saying is crazy, or I'm lying to you by telling you that was fucking gaslighting. What y'all are trying to do right now, and what the gentleman Trey was trying to do before, and the example I gave were all examples of gaslighting. Michael trying to gaslight, no break cyber slurping, Brown Daddy cyber slurping, Trey cyber. All of y'all are fucking gaslight. That's all y'all try to do is gaslight motherfuckers. Who is that for, Alicia? Let me know who that's for. I don't know who that's for.
I think the infrastructure argument was not true.
Stop lying to us, offender. Please stop. We're tired of you lying to us, bro. We're tired. All right. Stop all the lying. Stop the capping. Stop trying to make it seem like you're right, bro. You get mad and you mute people, bro. It doesn't work. You got finger paint on, bro. We don't believe you, bro.
So what does that mean? I'm confused about this.
Why would you bring up the fingerprint?
I'm confused about that. That has nothing to do with anything. The infrastructure
argument. It has a lot to do with it.
It really
does.
does.
Maybe not with you, because you probably wear it too. So I mean,
I mean, again,
I'm really interested in engaging with that point, if that's okay.
Kenzie, go ahead. My fault, Kenzie.
I mean,
yeah, I'm just wondering why you think the fact that Pump paints his nails is like are you saying that's emasculating?
I'm just saying it's not something, men or boys grow up doing.
You know what something men or boys? You know what something men or boys don't do? Hold on, wait, time out. I didn't grow up doing this, but I got something for no breaks before. So no breaks. Hold on, wait, no breaks. Hold on, no breaks. Don't you have long hair? Oh, like a female? Oh, okay, yeah. Long hair like a woman? Oh, okay. We did it, Joe.
I was going to say that the whole infrastructure argument was so crazy to me because it's like, bro, like the system is literally set up like it's kind of like the whole men built everything. It reminds me of when I hear like people talk about white people built society, and it's like, well, no, but technically, white people were the only ones who could patent certain inventions, and they would patent shit that their slaves made. So I mean, yeah, but there are systemic issues that you get what I'm saying, like systemic things at play. So for anybody to say, oh, well, if you look back in the day, white people were this, or, there were only white scholars, white college professors. Well, yeah, we were enslaved. So there's a reason for that.
Yeah, that's what I tell them. I tell them that shit all the time. I'm always amazed at how black men will come up here and talk about who built the infrastructure. And I'm like, that doesn't prove anything. That just men assume power.
I would just say it was actually capitalism.
Yeah, that's true.
I wouldn't say that. Neither would Sweden, which is easily the most equality-based society in the world. Even there, when you look at it, women do not do infrastructure. Men do almost all of it. And if you want to know the real reason infrastructure needs to be maintained, it is maintained by men. It has nothing to do with the argument of men blowing it up was dumb. The second law of thermodynamics is what makes us have to rebuild the infrastructure.
What?
Do you think that
the second law of thermodynamics is what makes us have to maintain infrastructure? We do not mostly blow it up, especially in this country.
I didn't say we mostly blow. Men blow it up.
You were trying to make the argument that men blow it up.
They do.
Yes, a tiny proportion of it.
They don't. Sir, shut the fuck, Michael. I'm sorry, bro. I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait. First of all, isn't that like that racist meme in your thing? Why are you talking to me?
It's not a racist.
That frog is associated with the alt-right. Don't play with me. Do not play in my face, sir. I'm not stupid. Secondly, what you just said was dumb as shit. I said that men. So let me break it down for you, Michael, because you like to say a lot of words that don't make sense. I'm going to give it to you straight. Men are the ones who commission and who say, hey, you go over there and you blow that up. I want you to tear that down. I want you to destroy that building. You destroy their infrastructure, right? And when you say that they don't, Michael, please shut up. I promise you, it ain't going to work. All around the world, men are doing that. There are very few countries where the infrastructure is not destroyed by other men, right? All in the Western Hemisphere, right? America, us outside of Canada, which is a commonwealth of England, right? The UK. Outside of Canada, America destroys it messes with every single other country's infrastructure, all throughout Latin America, all through South America, all through these countries, right? Cool. You go to Africa, same thing in Africa, right? You go to East Asia, same thing in East Asia, right? You go all around the world where the majority of the people live, the infrastructure is fucked up because of white European men specifically, right? To be honest with you. It ain't like it's just their turn. It used to be black men. It used to be whatever, man. But right now it's white you know what I'm saying? It's white men. Cool. That's what it is. You acting like what I said was stupid just shows more about your lack of understanding than it says anything about what I was saying. Because what I was saying is actually true.
That's not what I
The majority of the world is not developed for a reason. It's not on accident. It ain't fucking thermodynamics.
You do understand that the reason a lot, like for instance, there was a UN team that was dispatched to South Africa to check on its infrastructure, and they actually wrote a scathing letter talking about how South Africa was not maintaining any of the infrastructure.
Who cares?
Going bad.
Michael, none of this negates what I'm saying. Whatever you're going to say, I'm going to be able to trace it back to a white man. Whatever you're going to tell me about South Africa, especially, I'm so happy you brought up South Africa, but whatever you're going to tell me about South Africa or about anywhere that any of those countries I just named, I would be able to trace it back to a wealthy white man or a group of wealthy white men. That doesn't, what you're saying doesn't matter. I'm sorry to tell you this.
South Africa is run by white men.
I didn't say it was run by white men. That's not what I said. I said that every country in the Western Hemisphere and in Africa and in East Asia are destroyed or weakened by white men from the West. And South Africa was ran by white men during my lifetime. And I'm only 42 years old. I remember the day Nelson Mandela got freed from prison. I was watching that shit on TV. So it wasn't that long ago. So even if you wanted to say that, well, you know, it ain't ran anymore, it was fucking 30 years ago. So they're still suffering the reverberating effects of colonialism right now. So whatever that scathing report is talking about, it would directly go back to the white men that controlled that country for 100 years. Right?
For not maintaining it?
Yes. Yes.
So it's our job to set things up and then maintain them, not hand over.
No, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Drev. I can't.
No, I was just going to say I feel like he was grossly misunderstanding you because the original argument
Maybe
was
I
that
am.
the original argument. I'm sorry, I'm talking, sir. The original argument was simply somebody trying to use the fact that, well, men do X, Y, Z, and therefore men have this value, and your retort was basically, well, it's a detriment because if you're going to argue that, well, most men, or not most men, but men have built most infrastructure, we can also argue that men have also destroyed when it comes to wars, when it comes to violence throughout the world.
Economic sanctions, all that type of shit.
Mm-hmm. It's always going to be men at the forefront. It's always going to be a male leader at the forefront. So if the first is true that, well, because men, because most infrastructure is going to be built by men, then we can also, your argument still holds as far as the destruction and how it's not valuable. When we talk about other things men have done, like destroying the infrastructure and destroying the economy, we're about to see the fucking probably one of the worst economies we've seen in a while once Trump takes office.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that doesn't bug me at all.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about somebody in the comments.
I still don't understand how you think that war destroys the majority. What you're literally suggesting is that war somehow destroys more infrastructure than men build.
That's not the argumentation.
That's not what he said at all.
That's not the argumentation. Literally, Dredd just repeated it.
Yeah, but that doesn't make sense. None of that makes sense.
If you're going to say men built a majority of infrastructure, then you can also say men destroy a majority of infrastructure. Not that a majority of infrastructure is destroyed.
Can you let her finish, Michael? Michael.
It's not that a majority of infrastructure is destroyed. It's that women are not destroying infrastructure, right? That's the comparison.
Yeah. And also it's not about, once again, just for the people in the back, it's not about the good things you do. That is not how your value is based. That's not what we base your value in. People's value is rooted in how little they can hurt other people. First and foremost, right? Like think about this. If you are a man and you just don't go around hurting people, like just start there, like you are a man, because most men are destructive. Most men do harm people. Most men do harm women. Most men harm other men. Most, you know what I'm saying? Most men, whatever. If you are a man and you fuck trying to help people, if you just went around and just minded your own business and didn't hurt anybody. You have a greater impact on society than a man that is a football coach, but is lying to the youth and telling the youth whatever lies he wants to tell the youth. You are a better man than the man that has a wife, right? You are a better man that has a wife, but ignores his wife and his children. The man that just minds his own business, that's zero. That's zero. You're not doing anything good or bad, whatever. By you not fucking with people, you solid in my book. You solid in my book, right? The men always want to talk about the things that they do that are good, but when you ask them what have they done that's bad, they clam the fuck up, right? If any of those men that was up here, any of y'all, look, they paid to drop y'all can pay $100 and come back up. I'm fine with that. I would love to hear y'all. I would love to hear y'all tell me, fuck what you do good for the community. Who have you hurt and how have you hurt them? Can y'all have that conversation? Because I can. I have that conversation openly all the time. I have no problem with it. Who have you hurt and how have you hurt them? How do you contribute negatively to society? In what ways do you contribute negatively to society? Y'all don't never want to talk about that. You always want to sweep your sins under the fucking rug. And I don't fall for that shit. So yeah, you a football coach. You know how many football coaches are abusive? You know how many football coaches coach football so they can scream at kids all day? Because they get off on that shit. I play football. I play football starting at 8 years old. I play you name. I played football and basketball. I ran track. I boxed. I did all of that shit. You cannot sit here and talk. You can't talk sports to me. You sports to me. I know exactly what the fuck be going on. It is. There are so many coaches that run around here screaming at the kids, don't know how to fucking coach. That ain't coaching. Acting fake tough shit, telling the kids to do shit that they could never do. Expecting the world out of kids that they don't expect out of themselves, being egotistical, egomaniacal. I've seen it all. I've seen it. That's what you coach. I don't give a fuck. That's it. I don't even like niggas who tell me they coach. I don't even like that type of shit. That's weird. As soon as you tell me that's a red flag. Oh, you a coach? Okay. Clocked. Duly noted. So stop talking about what the good things men do and talk about the bad things men do. Don't tell me about the good shit you think men do, because the good doesn't counteract the bad, right?
Okay, I have a question for you then.
Go ahead, Michael.
Okay, so let's say that I vote for George W. Bush back in 2000s, right?
You did.
And the first thing that he does is he goes and he starts what turned out to be a very unjust war in Iraq.
Mm-hmm.
Am I responsible for putting that man in a position of power?
Yes, partly.
Okay, now who is the biggest block of voters in the country?
Women that I know of.
So they're responsible for the
Iraq
Iraq
war.
women.
Wait, it's white women.
Yeah, white women specifically. But to his point though, to his point, okay, that I would say that that everybody that voted for him, which I do hope, that's why I didn't vote for those people. Just FYI, that's why my hands be clean. Because I've never voted for a Democrat or a Republican up until Kamala, right? And she didn't win. So I'm still clean as of now. And I voted for Bernie during the primaries. But yeah, so I'm clean. And this is why I agree with you on that note that is why I've been screaming at people to stop voting for the lesser of two evils. I'm with you. I hear you. But white women aren't responsible. They're not. They're still not responsible for war.
I think they do have.
They have some burden
for electing Trump into office.
Yeah.
Obviously, white women access to privilege is through white supremacy. So I definitely hold them accountable. But if we're going to talk about the structure as a whole, then I think that's what we can be critical on. Like I'm anti-neoliberal politics, so I don't think we should have this system in place.
Also, most people don't vote. Last time I checked.
That is also true, yeah.
So you can't even, that wouldn't even apply to most white women. That would just apply to the white women that voted.
I do think white women have the power to cancel out the white man's vote.
They do, 100%. Yeah. I'm all for holding, don't get me wrong, this is not me defending white T women being white supremacy, you know what I'm saying, contributing to white supremacy. I'm not saying that. But this discussion, I want to be clear. We're talking about men in general right? Men in general versus women in general. So when you say the white tea women you're talking about it's not the majority of white tea women that voted for George W. Bush. The same way the majority of white tea women didn't vote for Trump. The majority of white tea women that voted for Trump. But the majority of white tea women.
I do have a question too for Michael. Do you think patriarchy is real?
Yes.
How would you define patriarchy?
Basically the structure of systems. It's all based around men.
Would you agree with male supremacy and domination?
Yes.
So do you think that because we condition men to have a hierarchical structure of gender, as well as to dominate not only women but other men, that contributes to the value they hold within society?
I think that's more a matter of IQ spread among men.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what that answer is. Can you repeat it?
The hierarchical system comes from the IQ spread among men is what I'm saying. Men are more extreme. Women tend to hover around middling as far as IQ, with some variances of extremes. So you have like one of the smartest women in the world used to be a woman. I'm trying to remember what her name is, but she had an IQ of 225.
Yeah, I don't care what IQ has to say. I would say even IQ would be like a racist construction.
I digress. Let me finish the thought. 40% on the IQ spread of men are below average
intelligence. I don't
intelligence.
care about IQ.
Well,
I'm just asking you.
You want to know about hierarchy, right?
Well, I'm just asking you, since we agree on patriarchy and what its definition is, that this concept contributes to men's value in the world, that they're conditioned to believe in a gender hierarchy, meaning that they are superior to women, and they are conditioned that at the center of their masculinity is the aspect of domination. So which is why they dominate other women through violence as well as dominate other men.
Yes. I think it's inevitable.
Then I don't know why you disagree with Pub, because I would say that value is harmful.
I would say it is too, but I also think it's inevitable. There's the problem.
What do you mean inevitable?
He's going to do some gender essentialism bullshit argument.
What was Chairman Mao's line about power comes from the barrel of the gun? Power, inevitably, and everything that you do is an outsource of violence, at the very least, calling it cop.
I just think that's a patriarchal notion. Yeah. I think we see more progress within society through collaboration rather than through force.
I don't think it's societal. I think it's a natural.
Yeah, it's
not natural.
It's not natural.
We need to, like essentially,
since the dawn of our history.
It hasn't been happening since the dawn of our history.
How many matriarchies can you name that have actually survived?
A majority of our species was matriarchal. I would say we started to see misogyny like in 8000 BC, and I would say that patriarchy became prevalent like right around 5000 BC.
Okay, now in those patriarchies, how many of them, the rules that were created by women, had to be enforced by men? Because if they were enforced
it depends what society. It depends what society you're. Wait, that's not true. It depends what society you're looking at. There are societies. I can't think of the name right now where 70% of women and girls were warriors. Like if we look at Sparta, women could own property.
Yes.
And I don't think you saying that men use violence for control, that's just natural, is correct. It's not natural. It only became essentially.
It's learned. Men learn to use violence, and we learn to be hyper violent, and we are conditioned to be violent. It's not natural. We don't come out. My son, hold on, Michael. Hold on. And the reason why I believe that is because if you watch like kids play, like boys may be a little bit more aggressive early on, whatever the kid, but even then, I'll be honest with you, having sons, my sons have done things that I know I didn't teach them, and I know it's not natural. Like they learned, you know what I mean? The words that they use. I'm like, oh, that's weird. They got it from somewhere, and it wasn't from me, and it wasn't from their mother, right? It was from a friend. It was from a song. You don't know what kids are, they're, especially when they're 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, they're super spongy, right? But my sons have said stuff, or my son has said and done stuff that I was like, oh, like that's crazy. That's odd. You know what I'm saying? They didn't get, that's not natural. They learned this shit. My son isn't my son's not a violent person. Most little boys I know aren't violent little boys. They're not violent little boys. They're not running around here trying to dominate little girls. They're afraid of little girls. They run away from little, you know what I'm saying? They love little girls. They hug little girls. They embrace little girls, right? So you have to ask yourself, when does that happen? When does that divide happen? Because if it was natural, it seems like we should be like that from birth, right? When does that divide happen? Huh?
Environment.
Exactly. So if it's environment, then it's not natural.
Because how do I put this? Evolutionary arms race when compared to everything else. It used to be go 10,000 years back and the world was violent, period. The world only got somewhat peaceful in the last 100 years. We are in good times comparatively.
What?
We are times comparatively. That allows us to evolve to be nice.
America has been in a war.
That's incorrect. The Iroquois were an American indigenous tribe who were peaceful for over 600 years.
Yeah, bro.
And they were surrounded by what?
Other tribes. Yeah.
Which would what? Because the indigenous tribes were not peaceful.
They created
Some of them were
treaties with other indigenous tribes and lived in peace for 600 years.
Yeah.
And why did the first thing Native Americans do the second that Europeans landed were start making alliances, and we called them the civilized tribes. That's what they were called back then.
They were tricked.
Because European settlers were colonizers. What are you talking about?
I hope you know that.
Yes. No, what I'm saying is that those people were asking European settlers for help against violent tribes.
Were they weren't?
Wait.
The Iroquois very much. Wait. The Iroquois very much The Iroquois very much predated European settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna move around on this one. We're not gonna let you dirty up indigenous Americans' names on this day. Well, we should be recognizing all the ones that were slaughtered and colonized. I don't want to hear no racist rhetoric from you about that, Michael. Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Chilling.
I do think men have value. Obviously, not every man is valuable. But I think, I guess it just depends on what value means to you. Because I just think about it like in a way, the way I look at it is just for myself personally. If men weren't providing the things that they provide for me, how would my life be? And I feel it would be much worse than it is now. Obviously, it could be better. There could be things that could be better. There can things that could be changed, et cetera, et cetera. But I do believe if men were not providing the things that I use day to day, my life would be worse. That's how I feel about it. And so that's the way I think of that men are valuable.
Do you think your life would be more valuable, or what do you think your life would be like right now if capitalism never was invented?
I mean, there would have to be some other system that was put in place, and
you name a system, but just if capitalism specifically was never invented, do you think your life will be better or worse as a black man in America?
Well, I try to think of other countries that aren't using capitalism.
Oh.
That's not how you do it.
Wait, when would you say is the origin of capitalism?
I'm not a historian on that type of knowledge. I don't know.
It's like 600 years
early
ago.
1700s. So, I mean, capitalism is a relatively new system.
Yeah. Okay. What's your point?
The point is, the question is, would your life be better or worse if capitalism had not been invented?
There's so many. I have no clue. I don't know.
You have no idea. Okay. So what came from capitalism?
What do you mean? What came from it?
What other systems or what other issues or what came from capitalism?
What are you talking about? Patriarchy?
Slavery.
Yeah.
Patriarchy
predates.
Very much predates capitalism.
Slavery.
Yeah, it came from it, but it didn't have to. That's
wait.
It didn't have to. You think slavery, it had to? You think in order for capitalism to exist, you have to have slavery?
I think that, hold on, slavery existed before capitalism. I'm talking about specifically chattel slavery, right? Chattel slavery wouldn't have existed without capitalism. It wouldn't have existed, right? Because in capitalism, the whole point of it is to maximize profits. And the most expensive thing, the thing that costs the most, is in gold and it is in diamonds. It's people. It's human labor. That's the most expensive part of a company, is the labor, right? So they exploited the thing. They exploited the thing, you know, the most expensive thing, which was people. They went to and said, all right, cool, let's exploit people, and we'll enslave people that look like you and me. So the answer is, your life and my life would be exponentially better if slavery never happened.
And so you don't think any of the advancements of technology would have been that, you know, the capitalism plays any part to that?
I don't care. I would trade.
I guess that's what we differ.
I would trade my freedom for. I would trade my Apple Watch and my iPad and my cell phone and cheap products and goods from Chinese sweatshops for my autonomy any fucking day of the week.
And I would say that capitalism does not breed innovation.
It doesn't. It stifles it.
Stifles it, absolutely.
Capitalism stifles innovation.
What Pub just named was actually funded through government research.
Yeah, cell phones, internet.
And I would actually say we would probably have like free electricity.
Yes.
Because like of how Thomas Edison capitalized.
Yeah, Thomas Edison. He didn't invent capitalism. He didn't invent electricity. He invented a way to capitalize on electricity. He discovered it. He didn't invent it.
System should we have in place then?
It does, but Chris, I don't care.
I mean, I'm a communist.
Me too, but I don't even want to have that discussion. It devolves into talking about communism, right? And I don't want to do that right now. I want to keep it on topic. My point is, my point is, capitalism was invented by men, and your life and my life and every other person's life in this world, more than likely, except for a very, very select group of people's lives, are worse because of it. Yeah. Right? And I'm so confused when I ask a black man that question in America, and they start hemming and hawing as if like slavery was worth the trade. Like, well, you know, I mean, we got through slavery so we can have Nikes. I mean, my nigga, like you mean to tell me you don't like J's, my nigga? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's not really my point. But I guess what I'm saying is like, regardless of what system you have in place, it's going to require men to build it. Not necessarily.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I think a lot of manual labor is being automized and outsourced to technology. That's why we don't have the car industry. That's why we don't have the car industry anymore. Well, that's because women, I should say, historically have been kept from those type of industries.
100%.
Only now are we seeing an increased participation.
I mean,
Yeah,
I would say that white women have always had. Okay.
Hold on, wait, y'all.
Okay,
Can Kizzy finish? Hold on, wait, Chris. Can Kizzy finish what she's saying first? She wasn't even done. Can she finish? Go ahead, Kizzy.
Yeah, in the last 10 years, we've actually seen women's participation in blue-collar work go up 20% in all industries.
Mm-hmm.
But we've seen pink-collar work increase to where it is the level of manufacturing, what manufacturing was in the 60s and 70s. And while I'll admit that like rich white women have always had access to education, women of color and poor women have finally started to receive less barriers, even though I think education is more expensive than it ever has been today. And there is still a sexist stigma when it comes to women participating in blue-collar jobs, which is why there is the wage gap, because women's labor is devalued and queued.
I'm sorry, what?
And who's providing this education?
What?
But Chris, you're not Chris, and I said this.
Well, even if we're talking about like a whole, like essentially elementary through high school would be
women
predominantly,
Yeah, but that's not
and then like upper academia professors would be men.
Let's not be facetious. Where are you learning this
I
stuff?
mean, I just gave you my answer.
You're talking about paying for education, and then you bring.
Hold on, wait. You want to talk about? We can talk about universities too. You want to talk about like tenured professors and whatnot. As soon as they start making that much money, like in all the other like same thing in elementary school. So all the teachers, or not all, but you know what I'm saying. The teachers, the counselors, like that type of stuff. Elementary, junior high, high school, women, 80%, 75%, 90%, like somewhere between there, depending on where you at, right? Cool. You start talking about like principals, you start talking about like superintendents, males, right? When the money and when it involves money and leadership, they give the jobs to the men, right? Same thing with nurses, people that's in the nursing field, they'll tell you this for sure. The men who are in nursing ascend faster than the women. So they end up moving up the ranks way faster than women do, right? Same thing. So now let's talk about tenured professors and whatnot. As soon as you put money and power in there, they are going to give the jobs to men. So when you say who's teaching it, the men, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that doesn't prove that men are like the actual teachers, because they're not. The most, I would argue, the most important teachers that you have is your mama.
Regardless of how they got there, they're still valuable. You still need them.
So what? But women can do that job. But women can do that job easily. I think women. Hold on, wait. I think women are better professors than men. The same way women are better doctors than men. The same way women are better teachers than men are in general.
Your question is, are women more valuable than men?
Oh, that's not my question. No. Oh, time out. That is not my question, because that isn't a question. Women are more valuable than men.
Okay, so
I'm saying that I'm asking, this isn't about if women are more valuable or less valuable. Women are more valuable than men. That's not even a debate. Are men valuable at all is the question.
Okay, but I don't understand. If the question is about men, why are we comparing them to women?
Who else are we going to compare them to?
It's a gender discussion.
Whether they're valuable or not.
Huh?
I don't need to compare whether something is valuable or not. And if it's important to me, it's valuable. I don't need to compare it to something else.
Well, we're evaluating men as a collective.
Okay, and I don't understand
Chris, what do you think men provide women in terms of romantic relationships?
Hey, they put 10 on Michael head, by the way.
Relationships.
Thank you, Lormy.
Well, I would like to. I mean, if you want a measurement, we can discuss it here.
They got 10 on Chris head.
I'm not trying to measure them. You guys are trying to compare them to women, and
I'm trying to make a point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tap the screen, yo. 100,000.
This is all I'm saying is, in order to.
Why will you not engage?
I will, but this is the problem that I have with the direction of the conversation. In order for you to tell me, or in order for you guys to be able to illustrate whether men are valuable or not, you have to then compare them to women. It's like a
no. I don't have to. You did that, and I just went along with it. But I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna compare what, like I've been saying this whole time. Hey, y'all, tap the screens, get up to 100,000. Let's compare the works of men. The good works of men to the bad works of men. That's what I've been doing. And I'm trying to tell you that once you do that, men are overwhelmingly a net negative on society. Oh, it's not even close. It's not even close.
That's also not the question.
That is the question.
It's not.
If you are a net negative, you are not of value, Chris. What the fuck are you talking about? That is literally the question. I can do this discussion without talking about what women do at all. I can just talk about what men do versus what men do. That's it. I go one-to-one, man to man. That's it. You want to bring up women. Okay, cool. Let's bring up women.
No, I didn't want to bring up women.
But you did. That's my point. You brought up women.
When did I bring up women?
When you were talking about school. When we were talking about school.
Yeah, I asked the question, who's providing the schools that these people are going to? Then you guys started talking about women.
Because women do, because women are they teach the vast majority of the time. TK through 12, they teaching. Right?
That's where you're being disingenuous. Because when Kenzie was talking about education, she started talking about college, because she was talking about college is more expensive. All of these things, universities people are going to, degrees, all these things that she was talking about. That's what she was talking about.
Hold on, let him finish.
Hold on. Let me
I said let him finish.
I asked the question, Who's providing this education? Then you want to start talking about K through 12, which wasn't what the conversation was about.
It was just about education.
But in America at least, do we pay for our education from K through 12 out of our pockets?
Yeah. Through taxes.
That's not what I'm talking about.
What the fuck? Hold on. But wait, why are you?
Chris, what is your point when saying, Chris, it's not disingenuous. If you want me to essentially,
you don't pay for college the same way we pay for K through 12.
1 second. I know.
You do not pay for K through 12 the same way we pay for college.
Chris, what is your point? Chris, what is your point?
My point is that you were saying that women are able to go to, more than ever, are able to go through college and get a degree and then
have
get
access to education. Yes.
Right, and get into these fields. And my point is,
I didn't say that.
Well, you said that they're getting 20% have grown in blue collar work.
Right.
You said grown 20% in the last.
You have access to education and other fields, but my point is as well is that it's not necessarily to high paying jobs, which is why I would say when men teach, they get paid more than when women teach, because men are hired as professors where women are hired as K through 12.
Exactly, and there's also the aspect, and I'm a mute. I've just been waiting to say this because, again, I just think this question alone is very disingenuous because, as Kenzie mentioned, there has always been systemic issues that kept women out of these fields. And I heard Michael when Kenzie first say it when she started talking about the wage gaps and how women were kept from working. Michael kind of grunted and was about to say something, was about to interject. But the reality is that is the case. And a lot of times when we have these conversations, men like to say, oh, well, men do this and, leave out the context and try to say, oh, women must not want to work these jobs. Women must not be good at these positions. But that would make as much sense as a white person coming to me as a black person and saying, oh, Black people must not want to be leaders. Black people must not care about government because historically the government has been run by wealthy white men. That is just not the case. We have seen Black people time and time again try to get their foot in the door within government, and we've only got a small percentage up until 2020, well, even still now. So to just assert that, Black people must not give a damn about, politics, or Black people must not give a damn about governance, it's a lackadaisical argument because you don't actually consider the historical context. You don't consider that there are barriers that kept Black people from doing these things. Same when it comes to women, there were barriers and still are barriers that keep women out of certain fields. We have to remember people are hired and whether it be through nepotism or whatever, but you have people in places of power who will turn over a Black name that they see on an application, just like they'll turn over a woman that they see on an application. It's really not that hard. So just because legislation has been passed and times have changed does not mean that we all just have the same access. And so I think the whole who's teaching them argument is very stupid. Because again, if a white person was to come to you and say, oh, Black people must not care about being in politics, simply because when we talk about numbers wise, percentage wise, there's not a lot of Black people making decisions. It's a stupid argument.
Yeah, but that's not the argument that I was making. I wasn't making the argument that women don't want to do these things. I was making the argument that men are doing them. And so therefore they're important and therefore they're valuable.
Do you think that it's positive for society to be freed from labor?
Freed from labor? What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So if we look I want to say the 40s and 50s, a huge part of American manufacturing was building of cars, and now that's become completely automated.
Building cars has become completely automated?
Yes.
You have no clue what you're talking about.
What?
Building cars has not become automated whatsoever. What are you talking about?
Machines build cars, yes.
What are you talking about, Chris?
You guys have no clue what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Building cars has not become automated.
It almost always was.
What?
Yeah, the Ford assembly line when fucking George Washington Carver told him in, he showed him how to stamp the shit and And then it was always partially done by machines, always.
Yes, partially.
And then I'm saying that was 100 years ago. You think now it's not the?
You still need people.
Nobody said you don't need people. Man, are you listening?
What's automated mean? What's automated?
Hold on, Kenzie. Can you repeat what you said? Because I did not hear you say what I hear him saying you said. I'm not understanding.
Machines build cars.
They do.
Yeah, machines and robotic technology build cars.
Without humans.
I didn't say without humans. I
At
said
all.
that humans are manually building them.
Yeah.
They're relying on automation.
Right. Okay, I'll give you that. Yes, but you still need people to put them together.
So I'm at.
No, you don't.
Yes,
the
you
machines do.
The machines put the cars together, bro.
Go pull up a YouTube video right now of a car manufacturing website site.
All right.
Why do you
Chris,
think,
Chris,
let me
you
put it this way.
self-check.
It doesn't
Okay.
produce enough. It doesn't need enough people to really be meaningful. How about that? That's a better way to put it. Why do you think all of Michigan is hurting over cars falling out of really its power, its money producing power?
Bro, yes. I spend half my day watching stuff on YouTube about cars, man. If I've seen so many different videos of car manufacturers where people are doing tours of car manufacturing, and the people are putting these cars together.
To the robotic situation, I mean, is there like?
I don't know. What do you mean the percentage? How do you even calculate that?
Meaning within the whole plant, the whole factory, wherever it is, would you say that there's like more people doing the work, or is it just
of course there are less people than there used to be, 50 years ago or whatever, right? Of course, there's going to be more machines putting, that are part of the manufacturing process than it used to be. But you cannot, as far as I know, there is yet to be a car that has been made today that's been mass produced that has not needed people to put it together.
Yeah, in other words, there's no factory at present, and I don't know, like I said, I'm just asking, that is totally automated.
No, yeah, we know that though. I don't think I never thought it was 100% automated, but if it's 95, if it's 90% automated, I mean, shit, man, the motherfuckers is coming out. The frames is already built. Shit.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, player.
This, funny enough, goes back to what you always say in every live, that people don't know English and assume all whenever noun is being stated in your prompts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I clarified the statement, and she said it multiple times that machines build cars.
Yeah,
in general, they do.
In this case,
people build cars too. Like, you can say both
Wait,
things.
so Chris, do you acknowledge that there is less jobs in the car industry because automation has replaced jobs?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm asking, is that good for society?
I don't. Well, in our society, probably not. In some America,
I'm just
probably
saying. I'm just like, not even within the context. Like, would you say that would be good for human advancement?
Yes.
To be freed from labor.
For
Yes.
just human advancement.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Like,
Yes.
jobs. Like,
Yes.
In a capitalistic society,
Right,
people
I
need
agree.
jobs.
Why does it have to be
with
capitalistic, though?
That's what I'm saying.
my point.
We don't live in another system, so I can't compare.
Even in
the
capitalism,
system.
it could be good, but they're so exploitative. Go ahead, Kenzie. Hold on, wait. Let Kenzie go. Let Kenzie go.
Create issues, but and so that's my point, to show that capitalism isn't for the benefit of human advancement. And if we're going to talk about like blue collar work, I think as technology progresses, a lot of blue collar work is going to be automated.
Yes, absolutely.
But here's
And
the
so
thing.
it's going to keep shrinking.
Yeah.
But even with automation, you need people to build the automation.
Sir, it takes away.
Once it's built, it's done, though, right? Once it's built, it's done, and you need less people. One second. But that wouldn't be predominantly a job that needs to be done by men because it doesn't involve strength, right?
I mean, it depends on what it is.
Nick said, "Why does Chris need to be important so bad?" They got this shit is crazy, bro. I'm not understanding what is the argument anymore at this point, but it just seems like it's simple that in capitalism, machines taking over people's jobs typically lead to bad outcomes for the majority of people, right? But in reality, it doesn't have to. In other systems, it wouldn't. In communism, it wouldn't. In socialism, it wouldn't. But in capitalism, it does, though, right? Because capitalism is the highest form of exploitation. Well, feudalism probably was. Probably worse.
Yeah, and so my point is too is that even if we compare pink collar to blue collar jobs, because I think men very much give a lot of importance to infrastructure and blue collar work, but completely marginalize or minimize pink collar work, which would be care industry. And the care industry is making up 30% of essentially jobs in America. So it's even more than what manufacturing was in the 60s. And so I'm wondering, would men then pivot to what are considered more pink collar jobs and provide care? Because that can't be replaced with automation.
Yeah, like changing bedpans and shit.
Yeah, especially like at-home care.
Yeah.
For people who are sick or elderly, child care. I would say this is a great backbone of society, and that is what we've considered women's labor.
Yep. It won't be for long when men. No, I won't say that. But if men ever wanted to have those jobs, they would be first up for those jobs, though. Just so we're clear. Like if men were to like pivot and stop trying to do all these blue collar jobs, but and got out of that shit. Like, you fuck your degrees. Let me just go get a certificate from ICDC college or wherever the fuck, right? If men stopped doing that and was like, yeah, I'm going to go back to university. I'm going to go to university. I'm going to go get a degree, and I'm going to, be a nurse. I'm going to whatever. Men would be favored in those jobs. Like we live in a fucking patriarchy. Women don't have an advantage anywhere. They don't have an advantage in these things. Like if the only places where women and marginalized people thrive are in places where white tea men and white tea people don't want to be.
Like college.
Like, yeah, women thrive in college, but men. Well, if men wanted to go to college, I don't think men would do better in college than women, but I think that more men would be admitted to college than women, which they are. But yeah, they would, per capita, whatever. Like they would be admitted over a man. Saying similar thing, right? So like whatever, like, hey, I got a application here. They got around the same grades. I like both of their letters. They're letting the man in over the woman. Because what do women need with degrees? They should be busy focused on raising children, right?
What?
Yeah, that's the consensus. That's what the patriarchy teaches us. Why do women need degrees? They should be raising babies. They should be focused on.
Teaches the exact opposite, though.
It doesn't.
It absolutely does. Why do you think women got the vote?
Because they fought for it. Because they started throwing Molotov cocktails through windows of buildings. They started blowing up cars. That's why they got the right to vote, sir. What the fuck are you talking about?
Movement is not a grassroots movement.
Hold on, wait. Time out. Why did women?
What do you mean it's not a grassroots movement?
It absolutely was.
As in, it was astroturf from the very beginning.
Hold on, wait, Michael. I have a question for you.
What does that even mean?
Hold on. I got a question for Michael. Why did women not have the right to vote to begin with?
Because they weren't drafted, and they understood.
When was the draft invented? When was the draft invented? And why would that be the barometer? And why would that be? Hold on, wait. And why would that be the barometer? Why would that be the litmus test for fucking being able to vote? That didn't answer my question. That was stupid.
Well, because the first thing that happened was that it was landowners that got the right to vote.
So rich white men.
So
yep.
Men were starting to go. We had the Civil War, lots of things like that.
Yep.
All of a sudden, it became incumbent for all men to have the right to
generally
vote.
Yep. No, not all men. Once again, hold on, wait. Not all men. White men. Wait,
can you tell me what year the draft was initiated?
That's what I asked.
The draft was initiated from the very beginning, but they had the right to draft.
I came up with 1940.
Yeah, I was gonna say the draft was not from the beginning, sir. What the fuck are you talking about?
Any citizen had the right to be drafted. Anybody with a vote had the right to be drafted or could be drafted.
After 1940, but women didn't have the right to vote from 1776.
Yeah, that's the point. Women didn't want the right to vote.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That is not a lie.
Michael, please.
Even if I go back a little bit further, it says Woodrow Wilson in 1917 created the selective service system, which is only 3 years before women could vote.
Yeah, men in general didn't get the right to vote till just before
feminism,
that. Women got the right.
Feminism. If we look at Elizabeth Stanton and the Declaration at Seneca Falls was in like 1820.
1848,
So that was,
I believe.
Okay.
So it was almost 100 years. So yeah, significantly before the selective service.
Out of the 300 people that were at Seneca Falls, exactly how many were women?
I don't know the breakup. I would say
There were
majority.
300 people there. 200 of them were men, and most of them were corporate funders.
Okay.
The point is that this was absolutely a capitalist thing because they wanted women in the workplace.
That doesn't make any sense because I would argue, like, if we look, women staying at home is doing labor for free, which I would say then creates men the opportunity to go into the private economy. If we look at 1865, the reason that essentially abortion was outlawed is because women were starting to gain political power and they didn't want women to. So they sent them back to the home because they knew that would be a barrier to entry.
Yeah, and that was overdone. Why? Do you know?
What do you mean, why?
Well, look at the system that you have now.
If you're making an argument for anti-capitalist, I'm for it.
Is lowering wages in the best interest of a corporation or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is. And that's exactly what issuing women into the workplace did. It lowered wages. This is
why would it lower wages?
Because you just doubled the workforce more than the jobs that are there. Anytime jobs
they needed more. Wait, you're not making any sense. Hold on, wait. So did they? Hold on, Michael. If you need more bodies, then that means there were more jobs available. That's the point.
No. All that does is, okay, let's say you have 1,000 jobs. If there are 1,300 people lined up for that 1,000 jobs, that means all power is in the hand of a corporation. They can dictate your wages. This is before there was minimum wage.
We didn't really have corporations then.
Rockefeller. He was one of the key organizers of this.
Right, but I'm saying corporations were not as prominent as they are today.
Let's say you could just call it the rich.
And I would argue that women of color and poor women have always worked. I don't know what adding rich white women would do.
There's way more white women in society than there are.
Not at that time.
Not rich white women. I said poor women and women of color.
Yeah, but I think the argument that
hold on, why are you wait, hold on, wait, time out. I don't like it when you guys brush past things like what Kenzie just said, because that would negate a lot of the shit that you guys are saying. So if rich white women wanted the right to vote, right, and they went out there and fought for the right to vote,
it was rich white women?
Yes.
Interesting.
Of course it was.
Yeah. Why? Wait. Yeah, because if we look at if we look at other women
didn't want to vote then. Is what you're saying?
It's not that they didn't want to see. Go ahead.
So when we're talking about other women, like especially women of color, we can see that they were in really low paying jobs with really poor working conditions. And so their material conditions were different than that of affluent white women. So yes, they wanted more workers' rights and better wages, but that didn't affect affluent white women.
And go ahead, player.
Can I provide an analogy to what Chris is saying and the problem with it?
Go ahead.
So what you were saying, that would be like saying, well, since the majority of Black Americans that fought in the Civil War were Northern and typically free, that means that Black men in general did not want to be free.
They didn't want to be free in the South. Exactly. That's a weird.
No,
that was a great analogy.
Because the statement that was made is that it was rich white women that wanted to be able to vote, as if all the other women didn't.
No,
as if all the other women weren't part of
no,
it.
that's not the statement that was made.
Okay, so
Affluent white. Hold on,
was
Chris. I'll tell you what the statement so you can hear it. Affluent white women were the ones who were in a position to fight. They were in the position to fight, right? The same way they are now. It doesn't mean that working. Wow.
And they were the ones that were blowing up cars, and those were the women that were doing that, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they was doing it too. You think they wasn't in on it? They was a part of it too. They was funding this shit too.
All the other women were just chilling and watching.
It's not. Women were involved in general. They got more. Hold on. Stop. They got 30 on Chris' head. What I'm saying is that the same thing you could do. I like what Play was saying. We'll make it for black people, right? Poor black people. Like Martin Luther King Jr. was not a poor black man by any stretch of the imagination, right? He was an affluent black man that was highly educated, right?
Is that a question?
Yes, I'm asking you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But was he not at the forefront of the movement? Was he not one of the biggest organizers? Was he not you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he was. Yeah, he did. Yes. And yes, working class people, he got and organized a lot of working class white people, black people to join him. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Right. But a lot of the people, the leadership that was involved, that like started in these movements or whatever, that organized, they were well-to-do. They were affluent black people. They were affluent black people too that did it. Like the same. It wasn't like broke ass, poor ass black. Poor black people can't even fucking see what's going on half the time. Like even if they see it, they feel helpless because it's like we broke. We got to go to work. I ain't got time to go out and protest. I got to fucking go to work, right? So usually it's middle class black people. Somebody said it, educated black people. Those are the people that are usually the ones that are like organizing and doing a lot of the legwork initially at first, and then they get more and more people to join, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand what are you missing right now? You're trying to act like women.
My argumentation is that there were different. I just want to clear my argumentation is that there were different needs between black women and white women. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the 1912 Lawrence textile factory strike, but that was migrant women and women of color striking for better working conditions and better pay. Affluent white women didn't have that issue because they didn't work and were in poverty. Yeah.
And that happens all the time in these types of movements. There's different groups that have different agendas. They all kind of interlink, but what ends up happening is they all have a common enemy and they go, hey, why don't we link up and go get them? And all right, cool.
I mean, I think white women's interests were centered personally.
Oh, 100%. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Well, I Googled something, right? And what they said, it's a long article, but the part that jumped out that was very disparaging is that they said some argued women lacked the expertise or mental capacity to offer useful opinion about political issues. And then they said others asserted that women's votes would simply double the electorate. Voting would cost more without adding any value. So they obviously was totally against women doing it for those particular reasons. Those are the two main reasons I've seen in this article. I think the article is called Opposition.
Right. Wait, do you think that's sexist?
Hold on, let me just say. The article, if anyone wants to...
It sounds like he actually thinks it's sexist, Kenzie. That's what he's saying.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, that's what he's saying. Yeah, he's saying to your point that because Chris was trying to say and Michael was trying to say the women didn't want to vote. He's saying, well, no, the powers that be, the corporations, quote unquote, didn't want the women to vote. They were saying that the women were essentially too stupid to vote and they wouldn't add anything.
Yeah, fun fact, the first woman elected to office was actually a Montana Republican woman in 1917, and it took over a year to confirm her because they thought she was too hysterical to be in office.
What year was that?
1917.
Okay, could I ask
you guys kind of missed a part of my point, a big part.
Go ahead.
Like, how exciting.
You all, ever since I said this, you skipped over this as if white women, affluent white women, were all of the same voting bloc and they all wanted the vote. Most did not.
I don't care. That's a non sequitur to me. I don't care.
Most actively fought against getting the vote, and they only
I don't
gave in.
care.
That matters.
It doesn't matter. There are a lot of women with internalized misogyny. Look how many white women voted for Trump.
It had nothing to do with internalized misogyny, for God's sake.
Yes, it does.
It had to do with everybody else who has the vote has to get drafted. And they don't want
the
to get
draft
drafted.
Wasn't originated until 1917, and we've already discussed how feminism predates that.
Yes, the movement, but not the vote for the amendment. They also
the suffragette movement is from the 1840s till the 1920s, and the draft wasn't created till 1917.
Okay, yes, for what?
I mean, I don't know why you're watching Pearl. Pearl doesn't know history.
What the hell does Pearl have to talk about? Who's Pearl? Oh, you mean the redhead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she always uses that point, and I don't care. I don't care.
And she's not the. Don't act like she's the only one saying this.
Oh no, she got it from somewhere stupid too. That's the point. Is that she just saying that wherever you want to trace that back to, y'all all wrong. How about that, Michael? Whatever you're saying, you're wrong because it doesn't add. Hold on, it doesn't add up on the timeline. That's what I was saying when as soon as you said about the draft, I was like, the draft wasn't even invented.
No, the first federal conscription was enacted with the Enrollment Act of 1863, also known as the Conscription Act.
It still predates that, Chris.
Okay, that's fine. But what we're saying is,
how is that fine?
Because when was the women's suffrage movement?
We just told.
Like when were women given the right to vote?
That's not the question. When did it start? Is the question. When did it start?
Yeah, but there's still a long time period in which women didn't want the responsibility of being part of the draft. Like throughout those years after 1863, if you will, right, there were still women that didn't want the right to vote because they believed that they would also have to be eligible for the draft.
When did it start, Chris? You're missing. I don't understand. It wouldn't.
Does that question negate what I'm saying?
Yes, because it does, and I'll tell you why. Because Kinsey is saying that, or I'm sorry, Michael was trying to assert that the reason why all these women didn't want to vote is because they didn't want to get drafted. Then Kinsey pointed out astutely that feminism, the feminist movement, the suffrage movement started before the draft was enacted. Therefore, they had nothing to do with the draft. Not at that point.
I don't think Michael was making the assertion that every single woman that didn't want the right to vote was simply because the only reason why.
That's the only reason he gave, sir.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the assertion he was making.
Why are you making an assertion about what his assertion was? That's the only reason he gave. I'm telling you, we all heard it. That's the only reason he gave. He never pivoted. He never said, well, and there was other things too. He said that they didn't want. He literally said because of the draft. That's how we started it. So you're just making up shit. Don't assume what he meant. Just go with what he said because that's what he said.
It's funny how whenever Kinsey earlier said that cars were built by machines, that also at the same time meant that of course that some of them isn't built by machines. But when Michael makes a statement that women didn't want the right to vote because of the draft, that does mean that's
because one statement, and here's why you got to understand. Yeah, I know.
It's always 100% when one person says it.
I got you. I know we'll go through context clues one more time. The context in which Michael made that assertion would lead everybody to believe that what he was saying was the only reason why women didn't want to vote, didn't want the right to vote. He doesn't have to say only in that context. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The same way Kinsey didn't have to say only when she said that cars were built by machines, because the context would lead you to think a certain way about what they're saying.
No, but okay.
Can I chime in on that? Because that's kind of like where I came up here. Hey, y'all.
Hold on. Wait. 6 figures. Let me read these real quick. I got you. Reese Scott is saying, can they stop talking over her? Drop the white dude. He dropped y'all on his own. And 504 Empress said, corporations don't overhire. Exactly. Nia X said, why are the women not allowed to vote by default? Why are the women not allowed to vote by default? I read that completely wrong. Les Plateau said, hey, PO in chat, just want to share, Diddy was denied bail yesterday, and it was the final consideration. Happy holidays, ladies. Imagine how molded he is right now as you enjoy your day. That was funny. I love that.
Good riddance.
Mod said, notice how Chris feels the need to come to the rescue of a white supremacist and constantly tries to downplay Kenzie. They not like us. And Teresa said, Chris doesn't understand that women aren't drafted because somebody has to stay behind and get shit done. Chris is exhaustingly wrong. 5 on Chris. And Sarah said, Chris, you're not smart. Go away. And she closed it out. We did it, Joe. Go ahead.
I want to eat his little behind up because, Chris, you cannot be serious. Like, are you for real, for real? You think, like, your 23-year-old nephew that work at the Kia plant is walking around with a toolbox?
Anybody can put cars together. Just so we're clear. There's no shade to people. I'm saying, you go there, you get trained. Anybody can do it.
But they're not doing. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's a hundo, Chris.
Machines. Chris, please do your research. These machines are building cars, not people. People are not at these plants building cars. The machines are doing it. The people are there to make sure something don't fly off the doggone what you call it? The conveyor belt?
Yeah.
Assembly line, yeah.
Assembly line, yeah.
The assembly line, making sure, okay, the screw didn't pop off or whatever. That's what they're doing. They're really just supervising the process. The blueprint is already done. The robots are creating the cars, Chris. You didn't know that? You've been sleeping under a rock?
You know what it is?
I've been asked for a lot of sources in my day, which is totally fair, but my mouth dropped when he's like, machines don't build cars. I'm like, I was shocked. A source for this?
I was really shocked. Hey, you know what my source was gonna be? Hold on, wait. You know what my source was gonna be? 8 Mile. My source was gonna be 8 Mile. I was gonna be like, hey, just watch 8 Mile. Go watch 8 Mile. Hey, if you think that machines don't build cars, go watch 8 Mile. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
He also said, wait, hold on 1 second, Taylor. He also said, he said, what are you talking about? Look it up. There is not one car that hasn't been built by a person. What? There are no cars that have not been built by a person. Sir, goodbye. Go eat you some turkey.
I'm making baked chicken. We ain't fucking with that dry ass turkey today. Hey, shout out to all the turkey makers though, the deep fried turkey makers. Y'all are sent straight from God. Y'all sent straight from heaven. If you are making a deep fried turkey, God bless you. That's all I'm gonna say. God bless you. That's it. Where you at, Chris? Come on back.
So while we wait till he returns, the article that I was...
You paid 100?
Hold on for a second. The article that I discovered is called Opposition to Suffrage, History of U.S. Women's Suffrage. And basically what they say is that the suffragists had national organization since 1869, but the anti-suffragists did not found their own group until 1911.
Because that's when they got real. That's when they started really cooking, moving and grooving, shaking and baking. when they started getting close, then the men had to, the men started waking up and was like, hey, we got to stop this. We got to shut this down.
So y'all name me what car that's not built by people. Since y'all want to come at me for that topic, tell me what car is not being built by people.
That's not what we saying though, Chris.
Well, that's what the six figure.
You name me one that you know of that's being built by a human being.
Bentleys.
What company right now that you know of that literally people are going into work hand building cars?
I think some of the high end cars are. That's it. I think like Bentleys and
All of them.
Yeah.
Every single car needs a person to put it together.
But they also get the majority of the structure of the cars from certain places like other countries. But anyway, Chris, you gotta be kidding. Like, I know you gotta be a little bit smarter than that.
So what's the issue you got with what I'm saying?
The issue is Ken said that machines are building cars. You said no, there are no cars that name me one car that has not been built by a human being. You sound dumb.
Yeah, there's no car that as far as I'm, I haven't looked this up today.
You ain't
right?
never looked it up.
No, you don't understand. You don't understand how much I'm in the car culture. Okay, but the thing, what I'm saying is that there is no car, as far as I'm aware of, as of today, as of 2023, I'll say, right? I don't know about 2024. Maybe there's been some new advancement that happened this year. But as far as I know,
not be kidding. I mean, you guys
before 2024, there has been no car that has been completely built by machines. None.
I got a question for you. I got a better question for you, Chris. Name a car that isn't built with the help of a machine.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly what kind of car.
Oh, we can barely hear you, Taylor.
Ever been made by a man? Should I tell you?
We can barely hear you though, but yeah, go ahead. Barely. You're real muffled.
Okay, do you want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. We can hear you barely, but go ahead.
Okay, cool. I'll tell you straight up. First of all, before I tell you that, let me tell you one thing. First of all, like, stop saying stuff about my queen. Anyways, first of all right, so, okay, in terms of cars, and I think there's a Tesla that would never, ever be man-made. It was machine-made. And if you look at Teslas and the way that they make the Teslas, you will see that it's all automatic. It's all like robotically made.
You're so wrong. Elon Musk even talked about this. Like, he wanted to fully automate building cars, but he said that it's impossible. You can't do it. You need humans to do it. There's so many intricate things that would be so inefficient to try to build a machine to do that it's just be much more efficient for humans to do it. Like, even Elon Musk is
because he recognizes the point.
You know what? That's what you believe, sweetheart.
It's not what I believe. Elon Musk has said this in interviews, public interviews.
Okay.
I believe what I believe, and you believe what you believe.
You know, paying $100 to come back up here and prove your ignorance is wild.
Y'all know what you're talking about.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Don't be shaming people for coming back. do not shame people for spending their hard-earned money the way they want to spend their hard-earned money. We're not gonna shame nobody for spending their hard-earned money the way they see fit.
Can we go one at a time, y'all?
Definitely. Hey, hold on, real quick. Hey.
I don't even know who I'm fighting.
Hey, you're not fighting nobody right now, Taylor. I ain't gonna even hold you. Hey.
I don't want to fight no one.
Taylor, are you drunk? Hold on. Don't wait. Don't answer that question. Happy birthday, Lux. Hey, man. Shout out to the best mod in the business, man. It's Lux C Day today, man. Happy birthday to the best mod in the business.
Up to say what's up to the peoples. One, I'm on all y'all heads because it's my birthday and we only got 138K likes. Y'all know I have all days for the likes to be up would be the day.
Y'all not giving up no likes on Thanksgiving. I don't like it.
I know they fool. They being haters. They don't like me for real. It's all the things. I get it. It's all right, y'all. No, not too much on me, though. Not too much on me. But I really came up to say what's up to the peoples. Thank you to everyone's absolutely for the birthday wishes. I love all the cousins. I appreciate y'all every time that y'all come in here. My only birthday wish, as always, is that y'all is supporting all the peoples. You know, Pub, Shan, all my favorite peoples. That's how you could wish me a birthday. Nigel got a single that's out. Make sure you supporting my baby to Nigel in the comments. Say what's up to Nigel so people can see you. My only birthday wish, y'all, is just to y'all to support the cousins.
Share the love.
That's my only birthday wish. So
hey,
make sure y'all are doing that. I love it here. I just came up to be a piano princess and get my little bit of coin.
That's right.
For my birthday.
Y'all make sure y'all drop them on her too. Hey,
Oh, of course, and Sarah. Shout out to Sarah, because Sarah be on y'all heads. And I'm sorry, but I gotta give her the shout out for the one time because she be on y'all niggas.
She do. Shout out to Sarah, man. She be on. Sarah keep it spicy. She keep a full clip. I love that shit. Hey, Teresa said, I've been in Nissan in Canton, Mississippi. Those plants are automated. So is the Peterbilt trucks, and they drive themselves. This was in the 2010s. He's wrong. I just want to. Go ahead. Go ahead, Chris.
I'm gonna pull up a Nissan manufacturing plant up real quick on YouTube then.
Bet. All right. While you do that, I want to get back to the topic. Go ahead, Cool K. I know Cool K ain't got a chance to say anything, so we're gonna go ahead and let that brother speak.
You could drop me. Just keep tapping.
No, we're not dropping you.
No, we're not. Okay, I'm staying up here, y'all. Apparently.
You locked in. We're not dropping you.
Actually, the question is being directed both to yourself and Kenzie.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm actually not sure how to see it, so I'm actually drawing on your guys' wisdom. So the thing is, dealing with total automation or automation to a great degree, and people not needing to work anymore. How would that look? How would society look considering that situation? No one is able to get particular jobs or whatever it is.
You ever seen like a picture of, or like I don't know, have you ever seen like what is it, like rainbows, butterflies, streets paved with gold? That's what it'll look like if we don't got to work anymore. Like, I'm not understanding what y'all not understanding. The problem isn't the problem. I don't fear automation, right? And I'm saying in theory, I don't. I fear it under capitalism, but not in theory. In theory, it's actually dope. The less shit we got to do as human beings, the freer we become, right? The problem is capitalism. The problem isn't automation. So when you say, what will it look like? What will it look like under capitalism, right? It's going to look like more homeless people. It's going to look like more people without access to resources. No doubt about it. That's why we have to change the system so that we can actually benefit from it. Because we all contribute, right? And like, we all built the society. So there's no reason why you shouldn't have somewhere to stay, and I shouldn't have somewhere to stay, and Kenzie shouldn't have somewhere to stay, and so on and so. We should all have access to healthcare, food, shelter, education, safe neighborhoods, you know what I mean? Whatever, Wi-Fi, cell phones, all the shit, clothes. We all should have all of that. Whatever we need to live abundantly in society, we should all have access to that, because we've all built society, and there's enough money and enough resources to go around. So you have to change the system. But if you're asking me what it's going to look like under capitalism, it's going to look fucked up. Biku said, happy birthday, Lux. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that was my concern, right? The outcome of how that would look. So you made the distinction that, yes, under capitalism, it would definitely be a crazy situation, right? So, all right, you want me to pause for us to?
No, this is just rolling. You can go.
Okay, yeah, so I agree. And the solution then.
What is that man doing to that car?
Touching it, funneling it. It don't look like he building it. Look like the motherfucker already together.
I used to take auto body. He's looking for any type of imperfection, any dents, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't see many tools. I see a lot of hands.
Building though, that's exactly what I said. The cars are built. They make sure the screws are not
doing right now.
This is building a car to you.
Well, that's not a tool. That's not a tool, right?
No. I'm just saying this is what. Okay, so this is what I asked you, and this is what I asked you, Chris. Hey, where did Chris? Oh, this is what I was asking you, Chris. How many vehicles are built without machines? Because it seems like the machines are doing about 80% to 90% of this labor right now, right? That's what Kenzie is saying. Like you're doing this absolution thing where it's like, so nobody is saying that.
That's not why Six Figure came up here either.
This is the difference. The machines are creating and actually building. They are assembling.
They're assembling the cars. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the word.
And I said you can't put a car together without people.
All right, man. You got it. Chris, you won, brother.
Chris, what was the point? What was the point of my argumentation?
He got it.
I mean, we can get off the topic. My point was come up here and to basically prove what I was saying. Because y'all were trying to act like that there are no people that are
not building the
somebody.
That's not what I was was acting
Nah,
like.
somebody came up here and said that Nissan was 100% automated.
That's not what they said.
Somebody made a comment in public Reddit and said Nissan was 100% automated.
That's not what she said. Hold on. I've been to Nissan in Canton, Mississippi. Those plants are automated.
Yes, they're not.
So are the Peterbilt trucks.
Why are these people here? If they're automated, why are the people?
Just because people are present doesn't mean it's not automated.
You're always going to need people to assemble the vehicle.
Then it's not automated.
You're always going to need people to
automated.
No, it isn't.
You see, I think what you both are agreeing, but you're emphasizing different things, so it appears that you're disagreeing.
No.
Kenzie's saying that it's automated to the degree that it's constructed.
Hold on, wait. I'm so tired of this argument. I gotta tell you something. A, I'm over it. B, Kenzie is not speaking in absolutes. Chris is. That's the difference. You're talking in absolutes, Chris. Kenzie wasn't. Period. There's no need to keep going around and around and around. She's not speaking in absolutes.
Can I speak on something? The thing is, this is real interesting, y'all. Like, nobody is saying really anything that everything is. Okay, so basically what everybody, this is consensus of all the guys that came up here except Reddit. Your value is in your muscle. That's the crazy part. Because y'all come up here.
This is the definition of automated.
Yeah.
Y'all come up here and windmill about building something.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only thing you're telling us is that you feel as though your only value is in your muscle.
Well, that's what I said earlier.
No, it's in the mind too. Who you think is developing these systems?
Well, hold on, Chris. But none of you all came up here windmilling for anything other than your muscle.
That's not true. I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I talked about teaching. I talked about building the systems that are needed to automate the systems. Right? You need software. You need firmware in order to be able to these systems to know what they're doing. Right? And who is developing these systems? Men are.
No.
That's incorrect.
That's not right.
A lot of technology and application software has been developed by women.
That's not the question. That's not. Did I say that it's only women or only men? I said men are doing these things.
Women are also doing these things.
Chris, can you tell me who the majority of teachers are?
Hold on, wait. He's saying, wait. To his point, he's saying men. He's saying men are. Wait. Chris is saying men are contributing to it. That's what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Gotcha. As well as women or whatever. He's just saying men contribute, and that's the value that they. Okay. Go ahead, Kenzie.
Will you engage in my exercise now, Chris?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Say it again.
Will you engage in my exercise? What do
men
have to offer women romantically?
What do men provide to women romantically? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. What do they offer women in a romantic relationship?
Hard dick and bubble gum.
Attention. Emotional support. I mean, that's the majority of it, I guess I would say. I mean, you can go into the more intimate stuff too if you really want to, but No,
I don't think men are providing emotional and mental support. I think men, when they participate in heterosexual relationships, do so because they're entitled to certain aspects that women provide, which is emotional, mental labor, access to sex, a domestic slave, so on and so forth. And men emphasize that their value is to provide and protect.
Yeah, but that's not the majority of majority of men are providers today. So
could I just want to land my plane public with the situation you.
No, hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Let Kenzie and Chris keep. I want to hear this conversation. I don't want to derail it. We can
yeah,
go.
I mean, if your assertion is that in majority of heterosexual relationships that men aren't doing a good job of providing the things that I mentioned, I wouldn't necessarily argue against it. But but it's still being provided, and the women that are getting it still need it. Therefore, they are valuable to those women.
Wait, we need what? I'm sorry.
They still want the emotional support, the
I'm saying that women don't get that.
yeah, but I'm saying in the ones that they do, they still need it. They still want it. They're still valuable.
We're talking about generalizations here, because again, like, don't you think men is a socialized term?
Yeah, but the statement says men don't have value.
Yeah, and I'm giving you a specific sect.
Okay, go ahead.
Right, which is romantic relationships with women.
So if they don't have value in most romantic relationships, they don't have value?
They don't provide value. I would say that patriarchy creates an artificial dependency.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if your assertion is that the majority of men aren't providing, I guess you could just say relationship value to women, I wouldn't disagree with that necessarily. But that still doesn't mean they don't have value. Like,
well, what is
what
men?
Are you? What are you analyzing that statement on?
Say that again.
What are you analyzing that statement on?
That they have value?
Yeah. What are your metrics?
I mean, I feel like I've been explaining that before, but okay. So,
can you just give me bullet points?
Yeah, I mean, I think men. I think fathers are valuable.
Why?
Why do I think fathers are valuable?
Yeah, what value do they bring?
The same things in relationships, really.
So nothing, because you just said, wait. Could you just say men don't do that in relationships? So you literally just said men don't do that in relationships. So you said the same thing in relationships. So nothing, right?
No, what you misheard was, I guess, is that I said if you want to make the assertion that majority of men don't, that's fine.
That's men, Chris. That's men. No, don't, because you're contradicting yourself. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm not
you are. You said, hold on, take it back. You agree with Kenzie that men, meaning most men, don't provide emotional, whatever, whatever her point was, right? Cool. You agree with that. Then you said that men add value to as far as fatherhood, you know what I'm saying? We add value. And when I asked you what does that look like? You said the same value that they add in relationships, which you just said is nothing. We don't add value.
I didn't say it's nothing. I didn't say it was nothing.
Okay, go ahead.
Just because the majority isn't doing it doesn't mean it's nothing.
Then we're only talking about the majority. We're not talking about anything outside of the majority.
So the assertion is that the majority of men don't have value?
Yes, that is what this statement means, sir.
Yeah, it's men as a collective.
Jesus Christ.
No, Chris, come on. You come up here every single live and do this. Like, it's so disingenuous at this point.
What do I do?
You know I'm not saying all men are bad. You know I'm not saying no man.
I don't know that actually, because
why don't you?
Because states that
I say it to you every time.
No, because I mean, there's been plenty of lives. I mean, there was a live where you had up here. Actually, I don't think you were on the live. I don't think it was your live, but you were on the live. Okay. Was saying that fathers are not important, or fathers don't have. I forgot what.
Once again, that would be the same thing. That is general. That's not every father. I didn't say unless. Here, I'm gonna make it real easy for anybody that doesn't understand for the 100th time. Unless you hear me say specifically all or none, I'm talking about the majority. If you don't hear all, none, or some, I'm talking about the majority. Super easy. All, none, or some. I will specify. Some men do this, meaning it ain't most, and it definitely ain't all. If I say all, it's all. If I say none, it's none. Obvious, right? If I say men don't have value, that is the group. I'm just talking about generally. Men don't have value. If I say women are fast, I'm saying most women are fast. I'm not talking about that kind of fast. I'm talking about physically running. If I say women are fast, I mean most women will beat you in a fucking foot race. I don't mean, it doesn't mean all women are fucking Usain Bolt, right?
So, Chris, would you consider yourself a good man?
I'm not gonna make that. I know what happens when people say it in this life.
I'm not people.
I said I know what people say.
She said she ain't people, and she asked you the question.
Yeah, what's the
point of asking the question though? Like, what's?
It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no.
Yes.
It's not. Okay. So if you are a good man, right? Why do you feel the need to come up here every other day to win for men who are not good men? Why do you
I'm not
feel
talking
the
about
need
the men. I'm not up here for the men that aren't good men.
Yes, you are, because these are the men we're talking about.
No, I'm up for the men. I'm up for here for the men that are good men.
But that's not the majority of men, Chris.
Those are not the men.
That's not the majority. But that's not the majority of men, Chris. So you're up here. So you're up here defending the minority group.
I don't think you have to be a good man to be valuable either.
Yes, you do.
I don't think so.
That doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Jesus
What
Christ.
value do bad men have?
God damn, that doesn't make sense.
Like I wouldn't say Elon Musk is a good man, but he has a lot of value.
No, he doesn't. He is destructive.
I would disagree.
All right, man.
Public.
Go ahead.
When the poem says men don't have value, is that specifically addressing the individual outside of a relationship, or it's just either way, whether they're
however you want to look at it, men as a group, men as a class, men individually, right? Because the group and the individuals make up the group, right? And or the class, right? Or whatever the case may be. Men as a group aren't valuable. And it's a question. I've answered the question. I don't think men are valuable as a whole. I don't. Because of the things that we do. I want Comrade Lux to get in here real quick, and then I'm gonna let everybody. I'm gonna open up the panel again. Go ahead, Comrade.
If we're talking about men in general, what you said, that's what it's not it's the majority. It's not men in totality. If we're talking about the general, then that means the general in relation to what? Society. For example, America. So if you say the majority of men aren't valuable, where does this value come from? Because the majority of men in America produce all of the goods. They build the roads. They provide electricity, gas, internet, water, food.
Wait, doesn't capitalism do that?
What?
Doesn't capitalism do that?
Yeah.
Capitalism isn't a person.
So, still a structure. Without capitalism, men wouldn't be providing these things, right?
But there is capitalism. Like you can't, like there is capitalism.
I think
saying without the tool, men wouldn't be providing it, right? So I would say it's the tool that's actually providing it.
Yeah, I want to. I think. Wait. I want to go. Wait. Hold on, Comrade. Hold on, y'all. I want to go back to something Kenzie. Hold on, Comrade. Lux, I got you. I want to go back to something Kenzie said earlier. She was saying that we have created an artificial dependency on men as a society. We have. And that is what you're speaking to right now, Comrade. When you say men do whatever you're going to say that men do, it's not because they're better at it inherently. It's not because they want to do the job anymore. And it ain't because women can't do the job. It is because the system that is the patriarchy, the institution that is the patriarchy, has made it so. They have artificially inflated the value of men. That's all it is. If everything was equal, right? You don't think women could do that? You don't think women can build roads? You don't think women can build buildings? You don't think women can build infrastructure? Of course they can. They do it now.
Then why is the point that men don't have value? Why isn't it that women should join the productive field more?
Women are way more valuable than men, first and foremost. Not even close. Secondly, this is not.
Wait, but value is material. So value.
No, it's not. That's what you're trying to say it is. I don't agree. And women also, by the way, materially when it comes to production at work, and when it comes to interpersonal relationships, women are more valuable than men on every single fucking level, because the people who oil the system, right? If men are cogs in the system, women are fucking belts and oil, and they are the thing that make the system go, right? They are, that's them. That's what women do. They're clerks, they file, they do all of that shit. The jobs, the real dirty jobs that men don't want to do, women do all of that shit. The shit that you wouldn't be able, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't even know like what to do. You would have no direction if women weren't doing that shit. That's my point. So when men get up here and say men built the system, I laugh every single time, because I'm like, Men have never done anything separate of women. Men are so codependent on women. It is not even funny. It's crazy.
That's the point. The point is that we shouldn't be separating men and women. We should be united.
No,
and you're the one who's
women are nope.
Yes, you are.
No. Calm down, Martin Luther King. That's not what I'm saying. Women are independent. They function on their own. They don't need men to function. They are actually oppressed by men. So women don't need men. They need men to leave them the fuck alone. Men are cold. Hold on. Hey, sir, stop. Comrade, please stop. Women do not need to unite with men to keep women safe. They don't. They need to avoid men like you. You're not a safe man. So they should leave men like you alone. Women get safer, they get healthier, they get happier, they get wealthier the further they get from men. Why the fuck would they unite with men? That doesn't make sense. That's stupid.
So how does a woman avoid men, for example, in roads that are built by men and buildings that are built by men, and using food, electricity, gas, water, internet, everything that's built by men? The
same dumb talking point has been debunked 20 times. I just told you. The system is artificial. So if we change the system, right?
No, it's not. No, regardless if it's capitalism or socialism.
You can't say regardless.
We need buildings.
Sir, we are talking about intrinsic value. We're talking about intrinsic value, right? Intrinsically. And I told y'all this in the beginning, but I'll tell you this again. Where I got this statement from was from a bunch of men running around on social media and other places saying this shit. And they said, I know you've heard it. You probably have said it, comrade. Women's value is natural. They're born with it, right? Men need to go out and build or earn their value or whatever they say. Right?
I would agree.
You would agree with that. So this is true. If you have to go, if you have to go out,
I completely disagree with
comrade.
that. I completely disagree with that.
If you say intrinsic value, then you have to earn
Hey.
Men and women both have to earn their value. I don't think.
Are y'all okay?
This is crazy. While I'm talking, you guys talking is really crazy. So, no, women don't need to earn their value. They are valuable. Little girls are valuable. Little big women are valuable. It don't matter. Women are valuable from birth. They are.
So are men.
They're not. Nobody gives a fuck about men.
I have a question for Conrad.
Okay, yeah, go.
Do you think women are hypergamous?
Generally, probably not. Well, I don't know, honestly.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
He does.
No, I don't know. Honestly, I haven't thought about it enough to give you an answer flat out.
Chris said yes.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, I thought it was you, Chris. I'm sorry. I heard somebody say yes. Yeah, somebody said yes. Cool K said yes.
If women are hypergamous and overall women are opting to stay single, I would say that we have reached a level either economically, socially, or because of education to where there are no men either within our level or above.
So what's your solution then?
So, Kenzie, are you saying that the majority of women in this world are not seeking any type of relationship for whether it's companionship or marriage?
I didn't hear her say that.
I never said a majority. I'm saying that we're seeing more women opt to be single and not prioritize a family and having children. And it's because the pool of men, as well as essentially the level that women have risen to because of education and having access to certain material goods, that essentially there's just no men that match our energy.
Would that only be synonymous with a particular race, or is that?
No, that's all races, sir. Black women, white women, American women.
Races. Black women are becoming very highly educated.
But are we talking about value to women, or we're just talking about value?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We can talk about about in different metrics, I even think if we just talk about the concept of masculinity and femininity on how boys are conditioned to become men, that this conditioning they're subjected to is to maintain male supremacy and domination. And overall, I would say that doesn't have value.
Well, you correctly said the majority of women are not seeking to relegate.
She didn't say that.
I didn't say
that's what I'm saying.
majority.
So you were.
I said there are a lot of women who are choosing not, who are choosing to stay
I'm agreeing with
single.
you. Like the minority is choosing that, and that's so we focus on the majority and we focus on what most women are doing.
I mean, I don't know if it's the minority. Our birth rate is going down. And I think, you know, we can see with 4B that women are essentially striking because even our role under capitalism puts us at high risk to poverty. And since a lot of women are recognizing they're opting out of what you guys call this natural role, which I'm doing air quotations for.
Kenzie, considering what Public said earlier, that the automation of this world would lead us more to devastation under democracy.
No, under capitalism. Under capitalism.
Under capitalism.
I mean, under capitalism.
Yeah.
So
we need more democracy. We have like no democracy in this country. Yeah.
Okay, so what system of government would it fall under?
Hold on, wait, y'all. I'm sorry. I personally am. I don't keep the conversation on the topic. I'm being honest, because as soon as we start talking about communism and capitalism and all of that shit, y'all lose the plot every time. I really don't think most people understand economic systems, you know, and government systems to have these conversations. I'm not gonna say who doesn't or who does. I'm just generally speaking. I don't think most people especially Americans.
Yeah, they do get pretty boring.
They get boring quick because most people can't wrap their brains around the concepts in real time. Is for some people in real time to hear the concept, to think outside of capitalism, it literally, you can't, your brain just melts down. It just shuts down. So I don't want to have that conversation. I've done it too many times.
That is a very,
I've done it way too many times. You start talking about other systems and then they go, well, you want to live in a utopia. And I'm like, what? That's not what I said. I'm just saying there's better systems than the one we have.
So what you're saying then, what's the goal of saying that men don't have value? Because it's part of a broader context. So
yeah. Oh, so my point is, and always has been anytime all these conversations, is to wake men up as to what's going on, right? So I want men to understand. First thing is to wake it up. So you don't have value. Why don't you have value? Oh, it's because of the harmful things that I'm doing and the harmful ways that I'm contributing to society, right? The way that I will defend and protect dangerous men, right? The way I will defend and protect dangerous systems that harm the vast majority. I got to mute you up, Chris. You got a lot of background noise. The way that I will defend and harm, the way that I will defend and protect harmful systems of oppression and harmful groups of people, I will do that all day, right? That's what most men do. So I want men, this is just the start of it. I want men to, this is a punch in the face so that men can realize we are not actually the people who we've been lying and saying we are, because we're not him. We're not them. We're not that guy, right? We got to do better. So that's the start.
What's value then?
It's valuable. I've said this earlier. Not hurting people is valuable in this as a man. Like if, and I don't think men understand. I don't think men understand how much damage we do, right? But if men were to just leave people the fuck alone, including other men, if you just left other men, if you just left other women alone, left men alone, left children alone, you know, and I don't mean like don't help them. I'm just saying like just don't.
What does that even mean? That's the most nonsense thing I've ever heard. Just leave.
Is that nonsensical? Like you want me to get specific?
It's absolutely nonsense.
Okay, so I'll get specific. I'll get more specific for Comrade. If men stopped raping women, if men stopped exploiting people, if men stopped abusing people, if men stopped stealing from people, if men stopped robbing people, if men stopped destroying people's property, if you want me to keep going, you have a better idea of what I'm talking about now?
No, this doesn't make sense. You're just
that doesn't make sense.
Should just leave people alone. They should stop. Like how do you actually translate this into the real world? It's a sentiment that you want men to stop doing bad things, but how, based on what you're saying, do you actually get men to stop doing these things?
The first thing, once again, Comrade, y'all, it's almost like you guys aren't listening to understand. It's like you're listening to argue. So the first step is recognition. You have to recognize that you're fucked up. That's, as far as I know, that's step number one. That's where we're at right now. You don't think most men are, I'm just saying this generally. You don't think most men are fucked up. Chris doesn't think most men are fucked up. Cool K doesn't think.
I think there's a lot of fucked up men.
That's not, I know. You don't think most men are fucked up. You don't know how prevalent the problem is. You don't know how insidious the issue is. I haven't even given you my solution.
Stop. You're saying that men are fucked up because they're inherently fucked up.
Because they are conditioned to be fucked up. Yeah. And they buy into these systems of oppression that harm everybody. Yes.
And that same system of oppression is the ruling class we have. And to fight
that's not a system.
Divide the gender.
That's not a system. And I'm not trying to divide the gender. Comrade, listen. I want men to understand we need women. Men think. Ignorant men like you come up here and say, men built the world. That is divisive. Men not being valuable is not divisive. That is a fucking fact. Hold on, bro.
The point is that you're trying to say men don't have value, but men are the ones.
Hold on. You are the one who you're not understanding what's going on, right? Hold on, comrade. Don't unmute. I muted you. It wasn't by accident. Ahmad didn't do it. I did it.
Why'd you cut me off?
Because you cut me off while I was fucking talking, and you are the one who doesn't understand what I'm saying. What the fuck is going on? You need to listen. I heard what you said. So you saying that men built the world, that is actually divisive. That is actually harmful, right? That's that you are devaluing women's work. That is you devaluing women's work. Which leads to real hold on, son. Which leads to real world harm against women, right? Because we already know the odds are stacked against women. We already know that they live in an oppressive system. That is the patriarchy, capitalism, racism, all these intersecting systems of oppression that harm women, right? So when you come up on public platforms and say men built the world, which is a fucking lie, that's divisive. Me acknowledging that men and women built the world is not divisive. But me also acknowledging that men are the ones who destroy the world is a fucking fact. Do you see the difference? And I'm telling men, hey, stop destroying the world because we are the ones who are destroying the world. So can we, because we can stop it. Only we can stop it. Women can't stop it. Kids can't stop it. None of that shit.
Comrade. So it's actually the opposite of what I said.
Okay.
You said men don't have value. So I negated your divisiveness by saying men do have value and women should also partake in that value. So I'm actually unifying the genders, not dividing them.
You're not making any sense. You just talked into a circle. You heard everything I said just to make that stupid ass point. That's crazy.
I said they produce value.
What you just said didn't even say it again. Hold on, say it again and
Why are you interrupting me now? Why are you interrupting me?
Say it because it's my life. You don't like it, you can leave. So what I'm saying is say it again. Because what you just said doesn't make sense. I'm not even saying, like, it literally doesn't make sense. The word you just used didn't make sense.
Yeah, I'll explain it again.
Okay.
You said they don't have value. I said value comes from production. Men engage in production. Women should also engage in the same production.
As if they don't, and that's not what you just said. But anyways, women do. Women do. That is a lie. You see what I'm saying? That's divisive. That's a lie, and that's divisive.
Because I'm not saying what should be. I'm saying how it is. That 99%.
I'm telling you how it is. What you're saying is a lie. It's just a lie. Because women do participate in the debate. Go ahead, BBG.
What's the majority of women?
Hold on, wait, y'all. Wait. Let BBG go, please. I can't.
Yeah, the majority of women don't participate in productive labor. They mostly participate in service jobs.
Okay. Which? Oh my God. Go ahead, BBG.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know. You're unmuted.
Obviously, I'm not saying that's good. I'm saying more women should participate in other types of labor.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Now we can.
Yeah.
Please save us. I can't.
You got them red bars.
Can y'all hear me? Because my bars was weird.
Yeah, I got you now. You good now.
Yeah. When you say that women don't participate in these things as opposed to they're locked out of participating in these things, it creates a completely different narrative. Women are participating in these things. Women have been intentionally making strides to participate in engineering, in architecture, in science, in history, and all of these things. Patriarchy intentionally strips women away from the opportunity to be able to participate in those things. And then men can come in and say, oh, well, the reason why they don't participate is because they either don't have the ability or because of the fact that they're women. Like, women want to do nurturing things. Women want to do things that, allows them to be caring and kind and meek and humble when they actually don't. Like, and we know that the value that men are losing and that women are losing is because of the fact that Comrade actually just said it. When you reduce people to producing and to production, you make them into machines, and machines aren't valuable. Machines are only as valuable as when they are able to be used. And once they are not able to be used, they are no longer valuable. When men are going through this transition because of the fact that women are finding out that a lot of the things that they have had the ability to do for forever, they can just do themselves. And that includes create the kind of family and community that they desire. They don't have to have a, nuclear family or a traditional family in order to have access to love and family and compassion. Men aren't catching up to that because men are still trying to hold on to patriarchal standards that stifle them from having relational, it stifles them from their relational capacity to build relationships and communities, not only with each other, but also with other women. That's why y'all kept bringing up the whole automation thing. Automation is replacing men in companies. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Machines are replacing men in those spaces. And even though women are occupying those spaces because they were locked out of them, not because they didn't have a desire to, but because they were locked out of them, it's replacing you, and it's replacing your value, not only in a capitalistic system, but also in a family capacity, because of the fact that you haven't been able to be an emotional support, because of the fact that you haven't been able to be a financial support system.
Damn.
You don't know how to build friendships with other men. You have nothing to hold on to outside of how we produce. Women are able to still have value outside of that.
So yes, women are increasingly joining STEM fields and office work. That is true, but that's not what I said. I said productive labor, which is manufacturing, construction, and agriculture.
Productive, comrade. The word you're using is wrong. Productive labor is not what you, that's not the right word, sir. Productive labor?
Marxist term, I'm a Marxist.
Productive labor. You're talking about, are you talking about just building stuff? Like on a...
No, productive labor means labor that valorizes capital. I'm a Marxist, so I'm coming from a Marxist perspective.
What do you mean? Say that again? I missed the word. What'd you say? This is crazy.
Okay. The point...
Hey, was Marx a sexist?
Wait, can you...
Yeah. Was Marx a sexist?
No. I mean, individually, I don't know, but his teachings were not.
All right. Well, you sound sexist.
What was that deal with what we're saying, though? Why did you say that?
I mean, because if you could call yourself a Marxist and to be as sexist as you are is kind of crazy.
All right, that's a really weird side point to make. So the point is that value in society comes from letting humanity flourish. You cannot flourish unless you reproduce yourselves. You need food, you need infrastructure. So the direct immediate value comes from meeting those needs. If you don't meet those needs, you can't have humanity.
That's based on patriarchal standards.
It's not. It's based on the standard of...
It's based on patriarchal standards. When you reduce people to their value, to what it is they contribute within a given society, and not allow them to just have value based on being human, that is based on a capitalistic and a patriarchal.
No, wait, but isn't that what this whole conversation is about?
No.
Humans. So are we... Wait. So humans... Do humans have value?
In general?
Yeah. Do humans in general have value?
Wait, I'm gonna tell you something. Humans don't have value to the planet. So, because that's who the value would be to, right? Like, that's how I would look at it. So we're talking about as like all the other species serve a purpose on planet Earth, right? Like every other like lions serve a purpose because the circle of life and all of that shit. Humans don't. Humans destroy the planet, right? So I would say no, and we're not here the earth doesn't need us. If we're not here, once again, the earth would flourish. So I would say no, humans aren't valuable.
About the value we provide to society, is it not?
Which we create, right? And in our society, men aren't valuable because men hurt.
I'm just saying what BBG said is counter to what it seems like the conversation is about.
It is. And I can stand 10 toes on that, because I think that the part that a lot of people, I'll say, miss is that people can have value to the planet. People can. They have the ability to. Mm-hmm. And I like the fact that wait a minute. I like the fact that you highlighted this part, because this part stood out the most to me. People create societies where they destroy the planet. Mm-hmm. People create standards and hierarchical structures that destroy the planet. If you don't do those things, you can add value to the planet. There was a time where people were bringing value to the planet. When you have a symbiotic relationship with nature and the people around you, you produce in a way where it's helpful to the planet, it's helpful to you, it's helpful to community, and the structure is intact. Because of the fact that we've lived so long with the out of whack structure based on patriarchy, based on capitalism, based on racism,
exploitation,
all of these different structures, right? All of these different structures, we have decreased what that value is. Men don't want to figure out how to gain their value back because of the fact that they are so busy trying to produce in a system that does not allow them to produce. This is why, again, we keep bringing up robots, because you can be replaced by a robot because of the fact that your value is intrinsically in what it is you create. If you stop creating for the purpose of capital, I guarantee you will add value to your community. If you stop creating relationships based on how you manipulate women, you can add value to your relationships. If you stop trying to create a lineage and a legacy through your children, you can add value to those relationships because you will build familial bonds with them. Because of the fact that you 86, all of those things that make you human, you 86 the part where that gives you value.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier. I was saying that men, hold on, comrade. I was saying men don't add value because we get our value is external and women's value is internal and external. Women are valuable both ways. That's why women are just significantly more valuable than men. But also they don't hurt as many. Like there's a million reasons why women are like way more valuable than men, right? The lack of damage that women do to society writ large is also one of the biggest, like it's really easy to be productive if your base is like you're not hurting anybody, then like whatever you do is like, oh, that's great. You know what I'm saying? But for men, we start at a deficit because we're so harmful by default, right? But like inherently, we inherently start at a negative, and then we have to build our value. So we got to make a lot of money. We got to do something externally, right? We have to get our value externally, right? That's how men have to build their value. Women just exist. They're mothers. They're nurturing. They care. They listen. They're soft. They're gentle. They're firm when they need to be. They're consistent. They don't lie. They're not manipulate. Like that is valuable. That in and of itself is valuable. And most men we don't live our lives that way. The vast majority of men, when I say most, it ain't even close. The vast majority of men do not live our lives that way. We live our lives the complete opposite. Our value is wrapped up in protecting the patriarchy and protecting all of these systems of oppression. That is our number one value to the system, not to people, right? So even if you wanted to say, well, men build stuff and da-da-da-da, who is benefiting most from that? How many fucking pairs of shoes do y'all really need? How many cars? I sold cars for 15 fucking years. You do not need that many fucking cars. Like, you go to a car lot and there's 3,000 available cars within any region, like at any given time. You don't need that shit. That's not a necessity. Y'all are tripping. When you go to the grocery store, we don't need 19 fucking boxes of different fucking brands of cereal and shit. You don't need that shit.
But public, what are the things that we need?
Food, air, water, and relationships.
Okay. and at least for food,
shelter,
and water, one of the ones you just mentioned, men are heavily valuable in providing that to society.
We destroy our air. We destroy our water. and we hoard it and hide it from people who really need it. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
But we also provide water that actually keeps us surviving.
Hold on. Y'all, you're not making no sense, Chris. You can't say we provide it. It is water is provided. What are you talking about?
Well,
The nature provides water, Chris. Men don't provide water.
Water from a well.
Yeah,
we
but
don't walk out to the river to get water, though. We get
You guys are y'all not listening, sir. Water exists in nature. Nature produces water. Men don't. Men hoard resources, and then we give it out to people who we feel like deserve it. That's what we do based on how much money they pay us or whatever access they give us to something that we want, right?
I think we all agree that current establishment is not working, but the point is that we need to survive as people, and people, on average, actually 99.99% of people don't go to the river to get their water.
Because we don't have to, because we live in an artificial society that BPG already talked about. The society is artificial. At one point in time, people did go to the water, did build wells. People did walk to the river and go get water. People did go to the lake and go get water. People did collect rain because we survived. What are you talking about?
In communist society, we will have pipes that give us tap water, and we will have water bottles that give us water. Why would we abolish these things?
I didn't say we, sir. You're not. You guys are. Y'all are all over the place. Need is the key word here. We need. Hold on.
We don't live based on need. That's not how societies function. We can meet our basic needs, so we don't need to go to the well.
Sir,
we don't need to go to the river.
You're preaching to the choir. That's not what I'm talking about. When men do not. Back to my point, and back to what Chris is saying. Men do not give people water. Men hoard water, and then they delegate it to people and charge them for it. That is not the same thing. That's what I'm saying. I agree. We have the infrastructure now. We can build a way better one, but we have the infrastructure now where everybody can have water, right?
Yes, and we agree that the people that are distributing that water are not in our interests. But what we disagree on is that you're saying that men don't provide water in this process at all, because they do.
They don't provide water. They provide. Time out. Two things. A, they don't provide it. B, they destroy the very water that they provide.
Yes, but you also drink water to survive, right? Where does that?
Why are you saying but after what I'm saying? Like, that is the point. There is no but. That's the point. One cancels out the other one. The net negative is you destroy. The reason why there is a shortage of water especially anywhere, but mainly in right now, I'm saying, right, with all the advancements we have in technology, the reason why there's a shortage of water is because of the destruction of the planet. It's because of natural water wells drying up, because of the lack of rain, and so on and so forth. That is why we have a lack of water. And who did that? Men. So whatever you're going to say about, well, men built pipes, and that negates all of that shit, because if I'm not missing nothing fundamentally, sir.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
It's very simple. Men are the bad guys in the ruling class. Obviously, the majority are men.
Not in the ruling class. Wait. Oh, wait. Who are you considering? Hold on. What are you considering the ruling class?
Wall Street and the Bank of London.
That's not true. That's not the ruling class.
Yes. Well, yeah. There's also the World Economic Forum, the World Bank, the IMF.
That's not the ruling class either. Nope.
What is the ruling class?
White men are a part of the ruling class in this country. Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Part of the ruling class, but they are not the ruling class.
They are a part of it. There is no one. Exactly. It's a group. They are a part of the group. You don't have to be at the top of the ruling class to be a part of the ruling class. It's still a hierarchy.
The ruling class is not based on identity. It's based on.
It is based on identity. A part of it is based on identity. Man, hey, you're not no Marxist. You need to study harder.
I am a Marxist-Leninist.
You're not making no fucking sense.
Influence. So public, real quick. When you mentioned that women have the inherent value, right, and the men do not have that, how do we? Okay, that discrepancy. How do we go about changing that? So when young men grow up, they will have the same inherent outlook on dealing with people in a loving, general kind of way. Like,
How do we go about fixing that?
Doesn't that start with the family structure?
No, it starts with it to get to the family structure. It can. I'm not saying that it won't play a part. We need to walk and chew gum at the same time. So when you say the family structure, how I look at that is you need men to teach little boys and little girls, but mainly other little boys, humanity. You need to treat that. You need to teach your son to be a human, right, and to see other people as human beings. But before you do that, how are you going to do that if you don't value people and you don't look at people as human beings? So it wouldn't start with the family. It would start with you. It would start with you changing your mindset and your worldview so that you can take it home and apply it to your family.
Yeah, it would also look. Well, you see, I'm from a spiritual background, so I would think spirituality would do a great deal to transform the way people view things. Because most religions is predicated on peace and love. So
no, they're not. I'm sorry. I don't want to have the religious debate because I'm sorry. There are people who believe in that stuff. I don't. I would rather us stick in the real world. If you need spirituality, then spirituality is not needed. That's all I'm saying. If you have it, fine. I'm not gonna knock you for having it, but don't sell me on that because that doesn't help me at all. I don't need it personally. I don't need it. But if you do, that's fine.
I understand.
Yeah.
I'm just providing that as also a situation that has helped massive people to,
No. Spirituality has enslaved people. That's what I'm saying. Like if we're talking historically.
No, I'm not talking historically. I'm talking.
But I am though, because you have to talk historically. That would be the proof.
We don't necessarily have to speak historically. We just have to.
But cool, K, you do, because there's that's the proof.
Just do better today. That's all.
No, but wait. What I'm saying is if I asked you, where are you getting this idea that spirituality can save us? And you wouldn't have any base of reference because historically it hasn't been. You see what I'm saying? So historically, I can say it actually has been destructive. I can say that wholeheartedly based on facts. I can say historically, spirituality has destroyed the planet. It has divided people. It's been responsible for the unalivement of billions of people at this point, right? I can say that wholeheartedly.
Historically, where did most people get their understanding of morality from?
From society.
And where did society get it from? It's from God.
No, cool K. Morality existed before that concept. Morality
came from spiritual.
No, they didn't. Cool K.
I'm just saying.
Cool K.
You gotta research this.
I have research. Come on, brother. I have. The laws of morality did not. First of all, morality is subjective, and morality is 100% societally based. Because even in Christian societies, even societies where the majority of the people are Christian, it looks different from society to society, from culture to culture.
What's the foundation of love, though? Is that can you see? No, I'm just saying. Do we see that?
You're just saying stuff now, brother. That's irrelevant. The foundation of love is such a soft term to like it doesn't mean anything to me. But let me read these super chats. I've been neglecting them for a while. Teresa said Chris is intentionally ignoring the top 10 automated automotive plants article every time he tried to use Google to support his lies. Happy birthday, Lux. Tanigel said, hey, y'all. Yeah, you can listen everywhere. Am I Your Type is my new song. Thanks for supporting. And thanks again, Lux. Happy birthday. Lux, he said, the men on the panel should value those damn mute buttons and listening and being genuine in a conversation. 5 on Chris. That's 10 on Chris' head. Teresa said, we're not in construction because we're surgeons now. We took medicine back 30 years ago. We're not working in plants because we're taking law too. Antoine said, public man, that man comrade looked like Super Mario. How are you debating a Nintendo character? Oh, come on. That was a low blow. Lux said, 5 on the Hebophile. Cool. Hey, cool. They saying you a Hebophile, man. What's going on with that? No edit said even if men built the world, women birthed and made the men who built it. It's fact. And they were the first teachers. No edit No, Eddie said, creating life is the ultimate contribution to quote unquote production. And we do it in even under the worst conditions. So either way, they out quote unquote produce more than men. Teresa said, manufacturing, construction, and agriculture are mechanized, automated, and the slowest growing industries in the U.S. Comrade doesn't understand Marx. Yeah, that dude wasn't a Marx.
Yeah, public. One thing I noticed.
Likes up super quick. Can we get to 300K likes and 600? Y'all in here? Let's keep tapping the screens, y'all. And to the YouTube people, as always, y'all is funny as hell. I love the YouTubes. I'm sorry.
YouTubes be cooking.
They saying that because yesterday in Sharon's live, Kuke and Greg. What is that dude?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, Greg with the steering wheel profile was playing tennis, trying to figure out who was gonna groom a young girl first.
Okay, I mean, so what did that look like?
Public, let me explain something real quick.
It looked like tennis.
Okay.
Yeah. So public, what I noticed about social media, especially
CC.
If you go up and you defend to speak to people with respect, immediately they think you agree with somebody's ideology. Now, yesterday I was in a live where everybody was totally disrespecting a particular guy, and it had nothing to do with what she's talking about. Initially, it had to do with his concepts on whether or not sperm, when it enters a woman, can it actually affect their mentality?
Yeah.
Right. Now, I didn't agree with the guy, right? But what I disagreed with was the way they were totally being disrespectful. It was abhorrent. The type of behavior that they were displaying to this man, right? So I gifted him to say, look, dude, you have value in the sense that what you're saying, I may not agree, but they should not be speaking to you in that manner, right? Before I knew it, when I went up there to speak to them to correct them on their behavior, all I kept hearing was, oh, you're a pedo, this, and that. So what they don't understand, though, they keep doing that, right? I'm not a litigious person, but people who are saying these libelous and slanderous accusations, they could be brought up on charges, because I am far from that scenario.
Okay, so I have a question.
Like that, be very careful what you're saying.
Yeah, I have a question for you, cool guy. If a racist, if you stumbled upon a live and there was a racist person up there being racist, and everybody was treating them hostilely, would you go up there and defend them? Would you say, "Oh, this is abhorrent. This is crazy. I need to gift him and teach these people a lesson about respect"? Or would you understand why people would be triggered by a racist?
Yeah, I would still, you see, yeah, I would still tell them you could disagree with them. But like right now, if I was in a live where it was the 3K guy saying stuff towards me, I'm not going to respond and raising my voice and cursing them out and calling them names. No, because I have self-discipline and I can have an intellectual conversation without expletives and ad hominems and all that stuff. See,
so you don't.
Different personalities respond differently.
So what I'm trying to understand is, so you don't have empathy for marginalized groups of people when they are being actively harmed by a person, attacked by people over the internet, and then they respond in whatever way they deem necessary. You feel like you need to come in there and mediate that?
Well, you and I see things differently, because you said that if a woman was cheated on, it's okay for her to blow up the guy's car and stuff like that. See, I don't see two wrongs don't make a right. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, yes,
it's not that if it's right. Hold on, wait, cool K. Don't put words in my mouth. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I understand why a woman would react that way to being abused. Which that's what I'm telling you right now. You don't understand why people. That's the thing. Hold on, wait. So you don't you lack empathy. That's the problem. You lack empathy.
I'm asking you a question. Do you think she'd be wrong if she blew up the guy's car? Yes or no?
I think. What do you mean by wrong?
It's a yes or no answer. It's a yes or no answer.
Yeah,
would she be wrong?
Legally, yeah. Morally, no.
Okay.
Legally, yeah. Morally, no.
Okay. So can I interject?
Go ahead.
Let me just land the thing. So the thing is, was his dude? Was his thoughts, his ideology kind of weird to me? Yes, I didn't agree when he was saying, oh, well, a woman, if she gets sperm in her, it's going to affect her thinking. I don't do research like that, so I wouldn't know. So I can't say yes, I can't confirm or deny. All I was against was the way they were treating his ability to conceive these thoughts and share them. I mean, everyone has a right to say their piece without being attacked because they don't see it the way you see it. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, I'm so tired of you guys saying that people attack people simply because we don't agree. That's not why people attack people. That's stupid. No, I promise you that I've been in these spaces a long time, right? I've done more lives than most people. I can assure you that the people like Greg, when they get attacked, it is warranted. They are not attacking Greg simply because Greg disagrees. That's not what's going on. And you downplaying the harm that Greg does on this app, because I know who he is you are now a part of the problem, and that's why you are being lumped in with men like Greg. So you can't have it, Cool K. You cannot have it both ways. If a member of the KKK, if a Grand Wizard got up here and started yapping, and everybody started, I don't care what they said to him, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, y'all got to be respectful to this Grand Wizard. Fuck him. So if a P3DO gets up there and starts yapping, and people start booing him and start throwing tomatoes and say, fuck him. Or if a misogynist gets up there and start being misogynistic and people say, fuck him, I'm not going to be like, oh, wait, you guys, we can be civil. Fuck out of here.
What was being addressed? That's what I'm saying.
That is what was being addressed.
Hold on, Cool K. Let BPG go.
You already asked to land your plane multiple times.
Hold on. Let her go, Cool K. You can go.
And when you're talking about empathy and you're talking about and I said this last night, when you're talking about empathy and having a civilized conversation, the opposite end of that conversation can't be harm to another person. He was actively gifting the man as he was disrespecting women, calling them out their name, as he was talking about women having blood dumped in them and how that changed.
Cool, let her finish. Hold on, Cool. Hold on, Cool. You gotta let her finish.
And the last thing that he did was when Greg was talking about bragging about how he essentially wanted to groom a young woman, that is when he began gifting him. That is the problem that people had. And the issue is not that you have a difference of opinion. We have people up here who have differences of opinion all the time. Like, that's not a huge deal. The issue is that one of those differences of opinions can directly result in somebody being harmed, specifically a young woman or a child. That was the biggest issue of the conversation. And I think that that's where these conversations go left. We're not talking about creating room for people who want to do harm. I don't ever want to be in a space where I see a girl getting assaulted and I stop the assault and I'm standing in between them holding my hands out going, well, let's just hear both sides. I don't need to hear both sides. Somebody was getting assaulted and somebody was doing the assaulting. I'm on the side of the person who was getting assaulted and trying to figure out how to get them justice. I don't care about what the other side is. I don't need to hear what the other side is. And I think that a lot of these men go left because of the fact that they want us to see them as normal human beings, as people who can integrate into society. And the reason why they want to be able to integrate into society is so that they can further do harm.
Yep.
We are talking about harm reduction when we're talking about dismantling these systems. When you emphasize to men, you can't come up here and you can't say that women haven't been able to produce or women haven't contributed to society. It's because of the fact that it causes harm to women. It demeans them and it dehumanizes them. When you talk about men talking about how they want to be with an 18 and 19-year-old girl and they 45 freaking years old, it's because of the fact that will cause harm to those young women. Like, we know that that's a thing. I don't know why these creeps and these weirdos want to figure out how to be in normal spaces with normal people when they really could. Greg is somewhere right now. He was, when I was scrolling on TikTok,
he was on earlier. Yeah.
You saw that?
I saw somebody sent me the live. I was in it for like 10 minutes and he was talking. I was like, I'm out of here. I can't stand when that motherfucker be talking.
He was on for hours arguing the same exact point that he was arguing last night. Why don't you go into the space where it is perfectly cool and people think that it's subjective, that you feel like you can attack young women? Go in that space where you will be more comfortable. But what you can't do is come into these spaces where you have people who are logical, who are intellectual, people who are intentionally trying to make sure that people have access to freedom and resources and tell them, oh, well, I want to hear both sides. No. Fuck that. I don't want to hear the other side of a racist, of a racist, of a rapist. I don't want to hear the other side of nobody who wants to harm children, and I don't want to hear the other side of nobody who wants to harm women. So if you feel like that's too much for you, then proceed to leave, or somebody can pay that $50 to drop.
Yep.
Okay, so public, I need you to understand something. First of all, I repudiate everything that she says that I'm trying to be aligned with this dude, and nowhere am I aligned with him. That's number one. Number two, if you go back to the actual live, if somebody could bring up that live and see when he was gifted, it was clear he was gifted once he was saying his points, dealing with that concept that he has that if sperm,
you won't see that in the live, by the way.
Listen, if sperm enters a woman, that it affects her mind mentally or whatever he was saying. I thought that was weird. I never heard that concept before.
It's 15 on Cool Cat.
I wasn't actually gifting him for that. I was gifting him for the fact that he has a right to have his own idea on that concept, not on the concept that she's saying. And she didn't even ask me. She didn't even ask me, like, cool, when did you actually gift the person? She is actually.
Everybody in the comments said that you gifted him when he was talking about grooming little girls, brother. So wait. The consensus. Hold on, Cool K. The consensus is you was gifting him when he was saying some problematic shit. That's the consensus. I don't give a fuck. You could get into that when if you want to.
It matters when I gifted him because she's trying to say that I'm aligning.
Here come Chris defending. Hold on, Chris. Chris, here's what I'm saying in real time. This is exactly what I'm saying. Hold on, Cool K. In real time, hold on. Here's what I'm saying in real time. You have a problematic man who is defending a more problematic man, and you have a lesser problematic man defending a more problematic man who is defending a more problematic. Like, why?
I'm not defending him.
You are. That's weird. You are defending it, bro. Y'all got to stop playing these games.
What I'm saying is, what you're saying is just mob mentality.
How is that mob mentality?
Just because I've experienced it, right? I was on a live where people said that I was on your live before saying something about dark-skinned women.
Okay.
Like that I was disparaging dark-skinned women, and it wasn't me. But everybody in the comment section was saying it was me, and then I proved it wasn't me, right? Because they said that they
so you're because it
was saying it was me because one person says it's you, then everybody going.
So Chris, let me ask you a question. Were you there when what happened to Cool K happened to him last night?
You saying was I there?
Were you there?
Well, he doesn't have to.
Hold on, Cool K, stop, bro. Go ahead, Chris. Can you answer that?
No, I wasn't there.
So you weren't there. So wait, hold on, wait. Hold on. So your default, right? The people that were there are saying that Cool K did the thing that BPG is saying Cool K did, right? You weren't there, right? So you don't have a dog in the fight, and you decide to speak up on it. Mob mentality. So how am I to interpret that if not as you are defending this man?
Yeah, because I'm saying just because everyone is agreeing doesn't make it true. That's mob mentality.
Okay.
If you think just because everyone is saying it,
I don't think just because everybody is saying it, though. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, to public's point, it's not because everybody is saying it. It's specifically the point in which we're making. If we're telling this person, hey, the person in which you are supporting gifting is saying problematic things, saying pedophilic things, saying hemophilic things, saying things that are very, very weird. And he even said it himself. He didn't gift them because he agreed. He gift them because he wanted this person to be able to know, like, hey, I support your free speech. That's problematic, not because of this free speech, but because of what the person was saying. And if you try to pretend as if that's not what it is and try to make it, well, we're saying he said something he didn't know. He just said that he actively engaged in that activity. That's problematic. Like that person was saying, oh, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say something crazy. Not crazy. I was going to say something funny, Lux. BPG was actually, hold on, Chris. BPG was actually on the panel. So can I not listen to her? Is she the mob?
Yeah, and I've seen where that doesn't mean anything either.
Oh, okay. So and let me hold on. And I got one more question for Chris. Who in this particular Cool K, please? Who has the biggest reason to lie in this scenario? BPG or Cool K?
Yeah, biggest reason.
Yeah. Hold on.
I would agree that yes, Cool K has the.
So logically, he has the most to lose in this scenario, right? Okay, cool.
That doesn't mean he's lying.
I'm not saying, sir. I'm just using logic.
I get you.
That's why I don't. That's why in a scenario like this.
Here's the thing, public. Anytime anyone is accused of anything, of course they have the most reason to lie.
No.
Yes, if I was accused of something, right? Just like I was in a previous live, I was accused. Everyone didn't believe me because I was the one.
So you're censoring yourself and you trying to make this about you. This ain't about you, Chris. I promise you it's not. You have now interjected yourself into the situation, but it wasn't about you before. You don't think, you don't think I've been, Chris, you don't think I've been lied on? You don't think I've been a victim of mob mentality? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm still, because I still have the power of discernment and I'm not stupid. Like, goddamn, just because it happened to me doesn't mean that every single time everybody agrees on something that it's the mob mentality. I can use discernment because I go, okay, who has the biggest reason to lie? Also, in this particular case, I know BPG and I've been on a few panels with Cool K, and I can tell you
that's fine.
Cool K is problematic. I'm not gonna hold you, Cool K. Cool K has problematic perspectives and opinions. A lot. Not all the time, sir. Sometimes we agree. Sometimes they're not problematic. But a lot of times you do. So when people come on a panel and say that Cool K was caping for a more problematic man, that tracks. When people say he was going out of his way to coin that man up while that man was saying something problematic, that tracks. Now, and when that somebody is BPG, I fucking believe it. And then I read the comments and 30 fucking people say the same thing. I agree. Is that enough evidence? Should I not listen to all of them?
If the reason why,
here's the other thing, though.
Jesus
This is the truth, and I think that it's important to point out the fact that with what Chris just said, he said the person who was being accused has a reason to lie. You still don't. Do you know how often we are in a live with 500 people on a consistent basis? Do you know how often I have had people inbox me about books that I suggest and tell me that I'm wrong with the quotes that I make, even though I'm reading it directly from a book. I have had people tell me that the information that I have is incorrect. I don't care. I have people who tell me I need to unalive myself. I have people threaten to DOX me all the time based on the information that I share on these lives. You know what I don't change? Whatever my idea or opinion is, because I know that it's not a lie. When you can stand on the truth, you stand on it. Now, some people may disagree or may dislike it, but that does not mean that it warrants you. Somebody has said something that you disagree with. The reason why y'all be so up in arms is because of the fact that y'all be trying to figure out how to lie to beat the accusation. If you tell somebody that I disrespected them because they were having a talking point, and then all of a sudden I turn my camera on and I pull the book out and I embarrass them, guess what? I'm going to turn my camera on again. I'm going to show the book that I embarrassed them with again, and I'm going to laugh because I know that that's my personality and that's what I did. Y'all can't stand 10 toes down on what y'all said and what y'all did because of the fact that you know it's problematic. And why y'all trying to weave yourselves into communities where you obviously don't fit in because you have opposing ideas about whether or not people should be safe. I don't know, but that does not give you an excuse to be able to lie about what happened. As far as last night was concerned, that is what happened. I don't have a reason to lie about that.
Let me respond, please. And public, could you just give me all I need is 30 seconds. All I need is 30 seconds to talk, okay? Now, I said it once, I said it twice, I'm going to say it 3 times.
Why do you, wait, Cool K, real quick. Why are you going to repeat the thing that you just said? You said twice. Why do I want to hear that?
Hold on. I want to say something very clearly. Lux made a statement. She said, oh, he started gifting him when he was talking about that pedo stuff. See, this is where the lie has occurred. I told you. Wait a minute. Please, let me just say. No one is letting me speak. It's like, here's an accusation. I'm trying to explain, and no one wants me to speak. This is the technique they use in order to silence you from proving a point. But what I'm saying is, if you let me speak, this is what she said just a few minutes ago. I said, it's very simple. Go to that live, have someone replay it, and show exactly when the gift was being done. And it will show you very clearly that was when these people were disrespecting this man when he was discussing the first issue. The first issue dealt with the concept that I was never aware of. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false. I don't know. I don't know about it. I just heard it the first time being on their live, saying that if a man's sperm enters a woman, right, the fact that the sperm could travel in such a way that it could affect the woman's mindset, right? I thought that was weird. I never heard that before, right? So I'm not in agreement or I'm not disagreement. I don't know. I don't do research on that. But what I was gifting them for is the way everybody was calling him stupid. Oh, that's a stupid concept. You're a dummy. This, and that. You got no proof. What you're saying. And I gifted them to say, dude, I don't know. But the fact is, for them disrespecting you like that, just because you have a different view, that's why I'm gifting.
All right. So he's a so they feel like he's a P3DO. Do you understand why they would be annoyed or disgusted by you defending him?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's all I care about. We can move on because that's all it is.
Listen. And if he is actually literally a PDO, I feel bad to have gifted the dude, but that's not where the conversation was at the time.
All right. That's okay. Hold on, wait, y'all. Wait, let me read these. BK Standard said, "Why did you stop doing balloon pop predictions? I quite enjoyed them. I'll start them again. It's just been a grind. I've been busy as hell." Edwin said, "Laughing my ass off. Cool K and the rest of these males needed to be coddled so badly. It's what did it say? What does that say? It's what does that say, Edwin? I can't read it. Ilbius? I don't know. I'm fucked up. Bro, get the fuck out of here. Y'all want someone to stroke your egos. Damn, I feel bad. I can't read that shit. Here's 5 more on Cool K. Fuck out of here. He's on one today. They put 10 on that boy head. All right, that's 20 on Cool K. I'm sorry, 25 on Cool K. Put in the comments, Edwin. I must have missed it. I couldn't read it. Y'all tell me what it means. Hold on. I'm gonna put it on the thing. Y'all tell me because I want to know what that word is. It was something that he said, something that Cool K said, I think, but I missed it. That was my fault. Liabilist. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said.
Yeah, the slander and libel is ridiculous.
Oh man, y'all crazy.
Don't know me.
Y'all crazy,
they don't
man.
They don't know nothing about me, but yet they're aligning me with somebody that is utterly a
Got you.
gift. And that's the thing. I'm not convicted. I don't know the guy.
Stop defending it then. You know what people will never be able to say about me? That I was defending a P3DO.
Wait, so let me ask you something.
You won't be able to say that about me.
Public, let me ask you something. Let's say someone told you, you know, this guy, he's like this. Now, you don't know the guy that's telling you this, right? Do you automatically receive that information and said, oh, you said he's a PDO? Oh, so then he definitely is. Or do you say, I'm going to keep it in my mind and I'm going to research to see if what this person is saying is accurate?
Depends on who the person is.
You don't know neither one. You don't know neither one of these guys.
Oh, neither one, then no. But that's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening here. Because I heard them saying that. Cool K. Stop. Hold on, brother. I'm telling you what happened. Before I saw people saying that about you earlier, I paid it no mind. I didn't start paying it any mind until I started seeing certain people say it. Certain people said it caught my attention. And then and it started coming more and more. And then BBG said in the comments too. And that's when I really was like, okay. Like if BBG told me that, I'm gonna believe her. I ain't gonna I'm not saying I ain't gonna research it or whatever, but I'm a believer. No doubt about it. Off the rip. Because why would she lie about that? And I trust BPG. I know if she say something, I ain't never heard her tell a lie. I ain't even heard that woman lie. Fuck lying aside, I ain't heard that woman be wrong about some shit, let alone a lie. So if she said some shit, she's probably right.
Research it, and that's the right way to go about it.
I'm not about to see, sir.
It's not that you discount something, but you're gonna say, wait a minute. Now,
Cool K, if you had a child and you needed to leave your child in the care of a person, and somebody said, I don't give a fuck. If somebody, just one person, you never knew them or whatever, but they said, I know that person, and they've been accused of some P3DO shit. You gonna still leave your baby with that person? Or are you just gonna move on to the person that don't have one allegation against them currently?
Yeah, what I would do was research the person's
background. No, you wouldn't. No, you would. Then you don't. Then you not. Hey, that's not intelligent. I'm sorry, that's not intelligent. I'm sorry. That's just not smart. That's not good business. Sorry.
If somebody is teeter-tottering on the line of being a P3DO and I got kids, I don't care.
I'm not even.
I don't care if it's he said, she said, if it's a lie. I would never in my life take that chance with a kid or anybody else's kid. I would never take that chance with nobody's kid, and that's including this dude's kid who's being weird. I would never, even if it's a kid of somebody that's an op of mine. If you tell me that somebody is dangerous around kids, I'm taking your word for it, because the only two options I have is that this person either is dangerous or they not. But I don't want to take the 50% chance of they may actually be, because then I have a child who's traumatized by whatever it is that has taken place. I don't understand why that's hard for y'all to do. Like cut people off. Yes, cut them off. Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
No, I do. See, but that's the thing. No one lets me finish my statement.
Cool. We've been letting you ramble this whole time, bro. Trust me. Don't try to play me. I don't like that. It's cool. I promise you. I don't like that game. You're not. I'm just. Hold on, cool. Hold on. Hold on, brother. I've been letting you talk. Stop. That's not what it is. I'm trying to tell you that what you are saying right now, and the way that you are not taking accountability for the things that you have said and done thus far, you will never convince us. Not me. I'm gonna speak for me. I'm gonna speak for BPG. I'm gonna speak for Lux, and I'm gonna speak for the majority of the people in the hold on. See, now we tripping. Now you interrupted me. I'm not understanding. I don't know why you interrupted me. Sir, you are not going to convince us. I'm just telling you, you're not. I don't believe you. There's not enough. It's not about the amount of shit that you're saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You keep thinking it's like, oh man, if I just was able to talk more, they would hear me. We've heard you talk enough. We don't agree. Right? Like, I'm done. Like, I'm not about to keep going around in circles with this shit. You defended a fucking dude who ended up being a P3DO, right?
I am not here to convince anyone. Because
you are. Then why are you talking? Then why are you talking? You literally, hold on, cool. Hold on. That's another lie. You literally said, when you were talking about defending Greg, you said you went up there to tell people X, Y, and Z.
About what?
That what they were doing was wrong.
Yeah, you can't. You see, that's the problem. You guys don't.
You getting too much dip on your chin.
You guys are just followers.
Hold on.
You really don't have independent thinking.
Hold on, cool. Okay, stop. You don't even read the Bible, and you believe in Christianity, so you can't tell me about independent thinking. But hold on, wait. I told you what you just said. What you said was, stop interrupting me, or you got to go. What you said was, I went up there to tell people that was wrong and this and that. That's essentially what you said. That's what you said about how they were talking to that dude. That's what you were saying. So you just said that I don't try to convince people of anything. You do. That's what the fuck you be doing. If you don't care about people's opinion, why are you on a panel? That's stupid.
Were they talking?
That's fucking dumb. If you don't care about people's opinion, why are you on a panel to begin with? That's counterintuitive to the idea of being on a panel.
No. And what's counterintuitive is people being lacking independent thinking. They hear somebody say something.
Stop.
Blindly follow what somebody says instead of trying to let the person explain what the actual.
I'm not gonna let you gaslight me. I don't have the patience. You know what?
The fact is, I'm not here to convince anyone.
We did it, Joe. Oh, Sarah. I got you, Sarah. Don't you worry about that. You good. Oh, man. I can't. That was too much. I'm sorry. I got to go. I got to cook food. Yeah, BPG about to eat. I got to go eat. The conversation wasn't going nowhere. It got totally derailed by a PDF, P3DO. So it was a perfect time. Shout out to the best mods in the business, man. Happy birthday, Lux. Rebecca, I appreciate the new membership. Reese Skyler, 504 Empress, Nia X, Les Plateau, Maud, Teresa, Be Cool, to Nigel, Antoine, No Edit said it. BK Standard, Edwine. I appreciate y'all for real, man. I really got to get cracking on this food. I gotta throw this chicken up in the oven so we can eat it in about an hour. I'm hungry. Love y'all. Happy Thanksgiving.